This version of It's Erik Nagel has been modified from its original broadcast. Content has been edited to fit this platform.
Believe none of what you hear and half of what you see.
It's Erik Nagel. And it starts now.
Ladies and gentlemen of the universe, the next voice you hear, it's Erik Nagel.
And thank you, Scott Shannon. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the program. I am Erik, and over there joining me each and every week from the frozen tundra known as Arizona, say hello to Jordan.
Hi, everybody.
And also joining us this week, somebody is making their return. Say hello to fan favorite Gittles.
Hey, I got a question. Why was Scott Shannon pictured in black and white there? Did something happen I don't know about?
Nope, he wasn't in black and white. He was in our show color scheme.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my eyes are just okay. Good. I'm glad to know he's okay.
He's okay. He's alive and well in the great state of Florida. No, that's what we're calling our Turner Classic Movie colorization.
Okay, gotcha.
Remember the early days in the 90s when they tried to colorize the movies, and their version of colorizing the movies looked like when you would try to watch porn through the scribble on a cable box. Right. And
just
like boobs were distorted. They were teal. They were yellow. It looked like film was leaking.
Everything was like Easter egg, like pastel-y, like
very bright.
Yeah.
All kinds of nonsense there. But anyway, welcome to the program, everybody. Glad to have you here. If you're listening to us on the iHeartRadio app, thank you very much for doing so. If you're listening to us at any other time for your convenience, be it Apple, Spotify, places of that nature, do us a kindness, go over there and leave us a positive review. It does help out the program. And if you join us live each and every week as we do the program, you can head over to our live rooms on YouTube and on Twitch and be a part of the program through chats and all that other fun stuff, the bells and whistles they like to throw into there. And of course, if you're watching this and it's not live, all the produced videos are there for your viewing pleasure on our YouTube channel. Where is my list here? What are we starting off with? There's a lot to get to. We have another show that was talking about me and dining at a restaurant, so we're going to get into that in a little bit. We'll break that audio down. If you're watching the video version of our show, we use a system called Streamyard, and that allows us to do all the video stuff, the cuts, the wipes, the integration of video clips, audio, photos, all of that fun stuff. Well, got an email the other day that, hey, just letting you know that we've changed our pricing policies, and your program, your subscription, whatever you want to call it, is now becoming this. You know, they changed the names, the tiers, and it's going to be more than double what you were paying for your original service.
Of course.
And I go, wait, what? Why? And I see the price that they're listing for. I go, this is bullshit. Why is this? So I go and I looked at the features. The first feature, they're trying to soften the blow. And they're like, good news, we have dark mode for your dashboard. And like, you should have had that from day one.
That should be a basic feature in most apps now. If it doesn't have a dark mode, I'm like, why do I even use this app?
The majority of people using any kind of technology, any kind of dashboard, prefers dark mode. Now, there's people who have it in the regular mode for whatever reason, but on your phone, on your iPad, on anything, your Chrome browsers, your Firefox. What's the new one that Microsoft's using? Edge.
Edge.
Yeah. I think Bing's dead. I think Bing's just the search engine that they keep trying to force you to use, and you got to go in there.
Every time I boot up my computer, like a Bing thing will pop up. I'm like, what the fuck are you? Like, get out of here.
You got to keep going back.
Go hang out with the Zune. I don't have time for you.
It's like you go in there and you go, no, I keep telling you, Chrome is my preferred browser. Stop suggesting it to me.
Yeah.
Anywho, so dark mode, it's like that's not enough to justify this. Oh, 4K capabilities for streaming and relays in 1080p. And you go, wait, I didn't have 1080 to begin with? Oh, no, if you come into the room and you want to relay this show to your channel, it was in 720. I wasn't aware of it, but I don't think that really matters if you're just watching it. It's fine. But now you could get it in 1080p. Okay, fine. What else? Oh, the feature to add an extra camera to your feed from your system. Wait, I already had that. Oh, you don't anymore. We moved it to this new thing. So you have it with the new system, the new plan. But if you don't keep this new plan, you don't lose that anymore. It's like you're taking away things I already had to begin with in my plan, and you're adding it to this more expensive plan and said, look, you got so far, none of this is luring anybody over to spend the more money to do this thing.
No.
Here's another feature. Well, you can have up to 10 people on your screen, but you can have 15 people in your backstage area, so you can change them out for it's a feature that was requested for more dynamic talk shows. Their terms. And I go, that's not a talk show. That's a webinar. That is a corporate Zoom call. That is not if you're watching a talk show.
That is a fucking nightmare to be on that, whatever it is.
Right.
It's just, I don't want to be on that. Like, who has that many guests? Is it a telethon? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like UHF? Like, what's going on here?
If it's more than 4 people, it is not going to hold anybody's attention. It's just not going. It's not possible. People aren't going to stay with it. But that was a selling feature. There was a couple other little things. Oh, transcriptions. So when your broadcast is done, you can download your episode and then you get a full transcription of your show. We already had that with our existing plan. Oh, no, we took it away now. Now it's going to be part of the more expensive plan. All right, well, then guess what? There's programs out there I can just drop the video into and get the transcription anyway. I don't need your thing.
Yeah.
Also, YouTube now forces you to do that. You ever watch a show on YouTube that aired maybe, I think it's at least 2 to 3 hours before you got the chance to view it, or the live broadcast ended, right?
Yeah.
You go to their description, there's like view transcript. You click it, give it a second. It gives you time codes. It gives you everything that was said. And you go, Apple does it too. If you download a podcast through Apple and you hit their thing, it gives you the transcription of the entire podcast. Now, for the creator end, the people making this stuff, that's a useful tool. If you're doing political talk or edgy kind of program that something could be used out of context, you're just handing it to people to find your shit easier to make your life a problem. Anyway, that feature's gone. So I go, I don't want to do this. And they said, for your convenience, we've already switched you to this plan that will renew at the end of the month. I was livid because I was like, you didn't even ask me. They didn't send me anything that said, here's what you can do. You need to pick what you want going forward. That I understand. But saying, hey, we decided to put you in the most expensive tier that we have, and you're going to renew at the end of the month. I think you're going to like it. No, that's very inconsiderate and actually very disrespectful to the people who are subscribing to your service and doing business with you.
So you've been doing for what now? 2 years at least with StreamYard?
I think 4.
Really? 4 already?
It was.
I was going to say,
time flies,
StreamYard was before I even came on.
Yeah, I think
I've been on for 2 years.
We were using, because look, the iHeart deal is just audio, so we didn't have to worry about that. But we were doing video versions of the show using Discord and then just drawing the screens and making our own show out of that. And I have all those shows. Like we have the videos for them. But then when this came around, we switched over to there. It was like at the height of the pandemic. So we switched over. So it's about 4 years that we've been using this thing. And to get treated like that. So, of course, you do a reverse search on Twitter to see what people are saying. A lot of people not happy. You go and you do a search. You just go on Google and you put whatever the topic is, Reddit. And then it gives you all the forums that of Reddit. So you click on that and you're reading what people are saying. And apparently they announced something like this back in June or July that they were going to make changes to their pricing tier, but then never said anything else until emails started trickling out and everyone's wait, I just got this email. Did you know about this? Oh, it's not even the announcement. It's, hey, we've made the adjustments already for you. Which I think is a terrible business decision.
Is that like even legal to bump you up into a higher like paying subscription without properly notifying you first?
I
think that feels like illegal, right? Like,
but they gave them enough notification to make the changes. I think if they did it after they charged them the higher tier and said, oh, by the way, maybe that's where they get around it. I don't know. Especially since most of the features are a 1-to-1 change. It's just an upgraded feature.
But it's still like so crazy because StreamYard has like a lot of people who use it. So like I can't imagine that they're
it's the standard.
That's what I'm saying. Like I can't imagine that they're like really hurting for money that much. This feels like a money grab. Like you know what I mean? It's like,
apparently I wasn't aware of this either. The company changed hands around May of this year.
Who bought it?
April,
Easy
May.
Pass? Like this is crazy.
it's heading that way. Andy Hannon in the chat saying across the board an 80% increase.
Jesus.
The original founders of StreamYard are openly annoyed about this. They were acquired earlier this year by a company that prides themselves on buying and growing startups like theirs. They from what I read, the deal was for like $250 million to these two guys, right? So business is business. I don't blame them.
I would take 250 million.
We saw how this we saw this business model start to happen in the late 2000s, early 2010s, whatever that decade's going to be called, with the craft beer industry. There were so many people that loved craft beer and loved these things, and then all of a sudden they were getting bought up by like Anheuser-Busch and Coors and all these things, and they were left to operate, I guess, by being owned by a major corporation. But then they were buying the formula, the recipe and the label and all that stuff and putting it out on their own, and everyone's like, well, the brewery closed down. What the hell happened? Why? I love that stuff. Yeah, but they just made $75 million selling their beer, so they can just take that money, not have to worry about the rest of their life, and start another company, start another beer or whatever they want to do. We didn't know this was a thing until around that time, and then you go, okay, I don't blame anybody who came up with something really good and sold out for an insane amount of money. I get it. It's unfortunate for the users. It's unfortunate for the companies and broadcasters and anybody else who's just using it for whatever podcast they're trying to do. Yeah, that they did all of this stuff here. Andy in the chat again saying 30 days notice is considered standard notification for a mod to a subscription service. Right, but the date that I got the email and the date that they said it was going to renew was not 30 days. It was under. I was going to say, you
sent me a text, I think probably right after you got it, and that was this past Sunday.
Correct. And then it said at the end of September, which is not 30 days. So, look, it is what it is. So I wrote an email to them, and I was upset. I go, this is a terrible way to unfurl this new direction that you're going.
Unfurl.
It's a nice word. Nobody uses it. It's a terrible way to go through all of this stuff. It's a terrible way for the people who are spending their money to subscribe to, because it used to be somewhat reasonable pricing. Like some of the people that were doing a lot of this stuff, I think we're only paying like $20 a month for their whatever tier they were using, right? Mm-hmm. Then they got bumped up to about $45 now. That's a big increase that you're in per month. The top tier is like $90 now a month.
Jesus.
For all of this stuff.
That's like my internet cost alone. Like,
right.
Oh, that must be nice.
Andy's saying, I'm sure that the terms and service, or is that TNC?
Terms and conditions.
Conditions, all right. Cover them, but hit them with consumer guilt. Yeah. People were furious. People were upset. I sent an email to them and I said, this is a terrible way to introduce this and do business. You didn't even give me the option. I went in and logged in and looked at my billing, and I was already in that plan. They just moved me over without saying, do you want? Look, they have a different. They had some new plans. They go, which one do you want to do? You have to pick one by this time. That I understand. Just saying, hey, we just figured you'd want to get the most expensive thing. Every company's going to do that because most people don't log in, and then all of a sudden you go, wait, I just paid $90. Well, you can't change it now, but you can change it for the next month, and they already got your $90. You can't do anything about it. So I sent them an email, and I was upset. I go, this is not the proper way to do it. People are upset. I've been looking online. There's a huge outlash.
What was the word you used again? All of this.
Outlash?
Unfurled.
Unfurl?
Yes. You don't know what unfurled is?
Oh, I know.
Okay. Is the audience dumb? Do they not know? Okay.
Just saying.
So I sent this whole email to them, and I said, this doesn't make any sense. Please make some sense of this. It's like, it's very inconsiderate to just make changes without notification. This doesn't count as my notification that you've already made changes to it. I get the automatic thing from them that says, hey, it was sent to our system. We will get back to you within a day or two, right? Automated email. Okay, fine. Is what it is. 2 days later, I get the email back stating, I hope you found our answer. It was something along the lines of, we hope you found our answer satisfactory. How do you rate the service for? And you'll go, wait, you're sending me a survey based on was there a resolution to my issue? But you didn't respond to it at all.
Dear sirs or madam, your automaton gave me its correspondence in kind, and I did not like it. Yeah. I shall unfurl my subscription thusly.
Thusly. I like that.
You like that?
That is it. What is Kira saying about? She goes, nobody uses that word. Yes, I know, because everybody's dumbed it down. There's some old timey terminology that needs to come back in a big, big way.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm looking for the email here. I'm not seeing it. Essentially, it was just like, it was that email. It's like, how do you rate? Were you satisfied with your answer and our service? Please rate
You
it.
better have given it
I got it right
star,
here.
Eric.
I did.
They said, hi there. We'd love to hear what you think about our customer service. Please take a moment to answer one question by clicking either link below. And they just give you good, I'm satisfied. Bad, I'm unsatisfied. They literally give you the most basic, responses. And then they just kind of summarize what your request was about. So they did not help. They did not respond. They did not do anything at all. So,
Mike, I was having this problem. I think this is StreamYard fucking with me.
Because they heard you,
about.
man. The AI heard you and they shut you off.
I just went into the settings and my camera.
And now they actually murdered Eric.
He saw a red dot on his chest, and then there goes his feed.
Like, where'd they find his body? In the stream down the yard.
But yeah, he was very livid. Sunday night, he was texting me. It was like 10 o'clock his time, like 7 o'clock mine. He's like, I can't believe they're doing this. I'm going to send, a scathing email,
a strongly
worded correspondence to them. Yeah, he was very mad.
To Hans Bricks. Yeah.
Yeah. Hans Bricks. But yeah, he was not happy at all.
But that's like crazy. Like, why? Like that much money? Because I feel like if some places like, oh, we're going to increase the subscription fee, I expect maybe like $5-10, like something like that. Like
go up incrementally,
like Netflix does. Like $5 or $10 until they eventually have all your money. But like, I feel like that's where they would start, not at 80%.
Hello.
Oh, you got Eric on the phone now.
Hold on, I want to put you on speaker.
The StreamYard people have murdered Eric.
Yeah, we've got Eric.
Speaker?
Yes, you're on speaker.
Okay. They disconnected everything from the service.
Wait.
I have no camera access. I have no audio access. I can't log into this thing.
How are we're still on?
Here.
And you're not.
Fuck you, StreamYard. Although I will say this. It's hilarious.
With his last dying breath.
We were live to cut this off. I would have done the same thing. So, I tip my hat to you.
They got you. You talk to big StreamYard.
That's how they get you, man.
That's how they get you.
1 minute you're having a nice stream on their service, bad mouthing them. The next minute they have you murdered because of AI.
I left the studio. Are you still there? I can't hear Gittles if he's talking, but
Gittles is talking.
Are you still there in the room?
We're still live, man. If you want to go watch your own show on YouTube, check out the It's Erik Nagel on YouTube.
George will fill in. I got George here.
It did the same thing again. I have no access to my camera. It's not detecting my audio.
Yeah, and because you left the room, it just killed everything you loaded, by the way.
Of course it did. Of course it did. What is this shit here? It says your camera is LGP Light Stream Engine. What is that?
I don't know. It could be one of those.
Have you tried restarting your browser?
Have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in?
Restart your browser. It's probably.
I'm going to
turn off your camera, restart the browser, turn the camera on, and then call us back.
Is this?
Oh, he can't hear me.
He can't hear you. Yeah, it is fate just messing with you, man.
It's fucking. That's pride fucking with you real hard.
Who is he now? Is he an Italian guy selling sandwiches?
No, he was doing a Ving Rhames impression from Pulp Fiction, where he was trying to pay Butch to throw the fight.
On my headset, it sounded like he was doing an Italian.
I should do a movie podcast.
Unbelievable. I'm rebooting the entire system here. The network's being rebooted.
Yeah, if you're just joining us live, Eric has decided to band against StreamYard, and they heard his complaints and immediately shut him down.
They fixed it fast. That's like some good troubleshooting. Like that's what you get when you pay for these higher tier.
We are living in a totalitarian society.
Wait, which link?
1985.
Which link did you click about your satisfaction? Maybe that's what happened.
Yeah, you're like, I clicked 0 twice.
Also, I think I mentioned that there was plenty of black finger emojis included in that email.
Yeah, he was gonna send a lot of middle finger emojis. At one point, he was like, they're gonna get a lot of eggplant emojis. He's not very happy about this entire situation, and it's gotten worse since we started doing the show. Only you, Eric.
I know.
Only
I know.
you.
I would say but I mean, this is Eric in everything. This is what it's like trying to go to Eric at the movies. This is what it's like trying to go to dinner with Eric. You can't hear me.
You figure it out. I'll be there in a second. As soon as I'm just going to leave and it's your show now.
Good luck.
I'll see. All right. Bye.
All right, that was Eric Nagel, host of the show, killed completely by StreamYard and its subsidiaries.
In cold blood. You lost blood live. It happened.
Kira's saying, I can't. This is perfect and terrible timing. This is how Eric's life works. Like, a little bit later, we're going to talk about some of his restaurant shenanigans and recap some of the things that happened to him. This is just how his life works. Every time he leaves the house, I always expect something bad or something epic to happen. Anytime he travels, I expect something to happen. There is not one point in his life where he leaves the house, comes back, and has just a normal, perfect
day. It's a normal interaction, right? It's a normal day.
He doesn't. And it's like at some point, I've done this and I've always wanted to do this for my kids. I just want to strap a GoPro to Eric and just film his day.
Oh, yeah, like those people do with their cats.
Right.
Like watch it like run around the yard.
Yeah, I've seen it like on dog collars where you can see what the dog sees and it's going for stuff. That's what I want to do to Eric. I just want
we can also get Eric one of those like Furbo treat things so we can watch him with the camera and then like say words and throw like Pez at him through it.
Well, yeah, that'll be the paid live stream that we do. So you can like the more bits or whatever, stuff that you donate, we'll throw a treat toward Eric as he's traveling about his day.
Honestly, I feel like that would be a really great idea. I kind of want to get one now. Throw a whole bunch of honey roasted peanuts in there.
Right.
And, during my live stream, if you just do a bit, it'll just throw some peanuts at me.
Yeah. And then you can try to catch them in your mouth when it shoots up into the air or something.
Yep. Now Nightbot's banning people. The computers are revolting right now.
Yeah, I was going to say Nightbot's
computers are really pissed. What did we do?
I don't know. You know what? Since he's gone, what have you been up to lately? I haven't seen you in a while.
Honestly, man, just tons of work. Like, we opened the new shop like 3 months ago. I'm like one of the lead butchers there, so I'm just like constantly at work. We're like a little short staffed right now because one of the other people we hired when we started ended up leaving like almost right away.
Right.
So I've just been pulling lots of like extra shifts and stuff, but I really enjoy it, which is good, but I'm just tired. I'm just fucking exhausted.
I was gonna say, I was like, I commented before we went live. It looks like you slimmed down a little bit. Looks like you're bulking up with the all the different meats and chicken, the beef slabs and giant pig heads and.
Oh, dude, yeah. Like I feel like I'm like in a Rocky montage, on like Mondays, the cow comes, you're carrying each section. Each section's like 150, 200 pounds. And you have to like do this like Zangief like bear hug to it and then just kind of like waddle it in the store and then like chuck it on the counter. And just like, it's lots of very heavy lifting, but also it's a lot of just like, just using like all your muscles in different ways because when you're like leaning over the meat to like cut it, you're using like all your like upper muscles. Like it's a full upper body workout all day.
I was gonna say I have some of your workout equipment here. I know Eric probably wanted to talk about this, but it's not his show anymore. So here we go.
Oh yeah, there's
you and a couple friends.
Yep, just some pig heads.
Now is this like something you get on a daily basis, or is this
no? That's like every Tuesday. And those are what we call the good-looking pigs. We get them from the farm. So this one farm we get them from, they leave the eyelids on the pigs, so we call them like the good-looking or the beautiful pigs. The other places when we get their pigs, they cut the whole eyelids out, but they leave the eyeball in, so it's this terrifying pig face. I've sent Eric pictures of that before, and he's just like, "Good God, man!"
I was gonna say, you used to post stuff on Facebook a lot where it's like, "Hey, look, this is what we got in." It was like, it's a sheep's head. It was like a cleaver on there. I'm like, dang, that's awesome, actually.
Yeah, man, you put it through the bandsaw, and then you look at the half of it. There's just fucking brains oozing out, and just crazy glands, and just gnarly, nasty shit. It's fun.
Well, since you're in that industry, what do you think about the that big boar's head? What is it, listeria? issue that happened? Because
so
Eric's fired up about it. He hates that he can't get any of his normal deli meats. So.
yeah, so that was actually really frustrating because they came down on like all people who like produce meats and stuff like that. So they came around and like we had to like resubmit a lot of like our paperwork for doing stuff. So we weren't allowed to make bacon for a while and like do certain like curing things because they were, it was like a big like they were inspecting everyone pretty much when that happened. But what really pisses me off about it is, so there's like a major Boar's Head recall, right? Every fucking deli in my neighborhood still sells Boar's Head. Like, they never stopped selling it. But one deli I went to definitely had a contaminated one because I went in there and like the bag was inflated this big and there was just like a turkey like hanging out in the middle like an egg. And I was just like, you know what? That's a botulism turkey right there if I've ever seen one. And I've never been back to that deli, so I was just getting a buttered roll, and I was like, you know what? I don't even know if I want to eat this right now.
It's funny, like all this stuff about all these meats come out, and I have this chest freezer in my kitchen, and I look in there, and I forgot about
the bodies.
Probably right before Christmas, I had bought 2 turkeys that were on sale because it's past Thanksgiving, so they kind of discount everything. And I've had them in there since, and I'm sitting there looking up, like, can I still eat this? Because I have 2 free turkeys that I don't really want to use. And so after all this came out, I kind of started getting a little worried that maybe I shouldn't be eating turkeys from, a year ago. But
well, I mean, if it's frozen solid and it hasn't been defrosted or anything like that, you should be fine. I mean, you just defrost it, strip all the meat off of it, throw it through a meat grinder, and just have some ground turkey and put it in your freezer. Then like cook it up or something like that. Get a smoker, smoke some turkey.
Oh, that does sound good. I ended up getting one of those. What are they? Those flat griddles.
Oh, the Blackstone thing?
Yeah, I got a Blackstone, and it's just been so hot here in Arizona, and the temperature's starting to drop. So, like, in the morning, it's like 80 degrees before it hits about low 100 still, but it's still, like, nice. So, I'm going to...
You have to turn it on, or you just leave it out in the sun for, like, a half hour to preheat and then just throw a burn.
Pretty much how it works. Yeah, I just got to heat the elements by sticking it outside. Hi, Eric.
Hi.
You sound very frustrated.
Yeah.
Your audio sounds very loud too. It's very sensitive. I could hear you breathing upsettingly.
Is it? Is it loud?
A little. Well, it was.
Okay.
We'll just keep an eye on it.
Yeah. I don't know what happened.
You got Streamyarded.
You know what happened. They know what happened here.
Look,
your IP pinged the
people always said email. You got to be careful what you do when you go to Russia. They're listening in your hotel room. They're listening in the car. Everywhere. Apparently, it's happening here because you can't voice a grievance with a corporation without them going, okay, and turning it right off. And
it's the Mother's Day episode of Futurama. Like, they're all coming to life.
But anyway, I saw your pig photo. Yeah, it's terrifying.
Yeah, we're catching up on what he's been up to.
And
it's fun though. You
get their shit together.
You get in there and like I like to, as I was saying before the show, I like to wait to cut the pigs' heads up until like the children are getting out of school and their parents are picking up dinner. That's always the best time because they're either horrified or they ask all the greatest questions. So it's always one or the other. But I don't know. It's a fun job. I have like really good coworkers.
That's good.
I really enjoy it. I'm just like, I just smell like meat all day and I'm just constantly covered in blood.
That's why you have stray cats hanging outside your apartment.
Oh, another one. This one's really cute. I've been calling him Jerry because I have a George. So I'm gonna get all the Seinfeld cats going here.
Nice.
But it's so funny. So like yesterday I went on my lunch break and I just went to the bodega next door to get a seltzer. And because like where I work, I leave like kind of greasy footprints everywhere I go outside because I'm just constantly stepping on fat.
You're not wearing Crocs?
Well, no, I'm wearing like the Skechers like work shoes.
Good man.
Shape ups. That's why he's losing weight.
But yeah, so I'm like walking through this bodega and there's just this dog behind me just licking every step I take. It's like followed me through the store.
Do you think like a cartoon, he sees you as a walking like turkey drumstick?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, like I'm sure every single dog either sees me as that or just like some sort of just like
steak. This
is the man who will bring me the meats. Yes, I know. You could smell it on him.
Ah, the meat man is here.
Yeah.
So yes, StreamYard's has not been nice to Eric.
All right, I think I'm all set. So
I think we're good. Let's not upset them anymore. Let's
load the show up. Back up again.
Does it demand a sacrifice?
Yes, my fist through the monitor is what it's going to do.
So it took him so long he had to replace his
three
monitor.
monitors are just going to get whap, whap, whap right through all the way there.
I finally bought a gaming monitor. Man.
Hold on. Beth Clark. And then it all goes into Scrapple. Scrapple's disgusting. You Pennsylvania people are out of your mind. I know they love Scrapple. It's just pig pen leftovers. It's like, oh, we can't use this or sell this for anything.
Leftovers.
Yeah, it's just like, we can't put this out to decent people. So let's just throw it all in a mix and add some garlic and salt to it. And it'll just be delicious because who doesn't like garlic and salt? But Scrapple's gross. It's just
I haven't had Scrapple in a long time.
Good. There's no need for it. You know what Scrapple was for? Back in like Frontier days. When a snowstorm,
there was nothing else to eat.
Yeah, when a snowstorm would cripple you in your farm, your town, or whatever, because nobody could get to you for like months until the Great Thaw comes around. So everything had to go. There was nothing went to waste. Everything had to be used. So that's what we got all these leftovers, entrails, snouts. This throat. I almost said it, but I'm not going to put that out as a clip. So.
It's just lips and assholes.
Yeah, throw it all into there, and it's terrible. Trashitarian, you're going to get banned, too. You just haven't had good Scrapple. Yes, I have.
It's got the word scrap right in it.
Tea was fantastic.
Right.
But I don't know. Scrapple's okay.
No.
Via good Scrapple.
Well, we...
I always forget. I always compare the two to like corned beef hash and Scrapple. I always get the two mixed up until I start really thinking about what was one made of. I'm like, okay, there's a big difference.
I don't even need the corned beef hash. Although I would probably eat that over Scrapple. I don't need the corned beef hash either.
I have a can of Spam in the kitchen right now.
I also don't need home fries when you go to a diner or a restaurant.
Home fries.
Oh. I mean, I should like it.
Chunks of potato.
Big chunks of seasoned potato and onions and peppers. You should like it, but for some reason with breakfast, I got to do hash browns. I can't do
a little hot sauce on there.
Well, yeah, I mean, if I have the options, I'll choose hash browns, but I do like home fries.
It's just a waste because you see it on the end of the grill. It's just a big mountain of the home fries waiting. I go, that's just filler. That's what
last night's unsold baked potatoes.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's just filler. So if you order from a diner and like you get it to go, well, here's your eggs, here's your bacon, and then 75% of the container is home fries, just so it looks like you're getting something for your purchase. It's like, nah, I'd rather not. Throw it on the floor. Have the pigs eat it. All right. I think it doesn't make sense to do your other thing right now, Jordan. So
we'll hold off.
We'll save that for next week. Because one of the things that we weren't going to talk about, and we're still not going to, the debate happened this week, and I started to notice leading up to it, I'm starting to get all these spam texts for political donations. Right now, that normally happens when you're registered to a party.
Correct.
And that is not my case, but for some reason, somebody signed me up for everything.
Streamyards. It's when they upped your plan. They also put you on the Democratic rolls.
They are fucking with me.
I've gotten them for every presidential candidate so far. I was just like, who are these people?
I've never gotten them ever until last week, right leading up to the debate. This one was the most intrusive and the most demanding.
Seems pretty egregious.
All right, take a look at this. This one is for soliciting donations for Kamala. It says, despite texting you many times, you still haven't pledged to vote for Kamala. Sign the pledge, all in capitals. And then whoever Blue Victory Fund stopped and all that stuff here. So this looked, I mean, it's got to be
that's the same one. I got that one too the other day. And went to my spam folder.
Right. No, this was showing right up, but I mean, it's so demanding. Despite texting you many times, I need you to pledge right now. It's like, no. I'm not. This isn't Rush Week. I'm not trying to get into a fraternity, and you need me to, my alliance with you guys, and then pay for friends for the next several semesters to be part of this thing. Not doing it. So then this came around. Farewell, Ted Cruz. Our hearts sank. We prayed. We were wrong. Patriot. I don't know.
Is he dead?
Is he dead? Is he alive? What's going on?
That's a good one. I like that one because that's very ambiguous. He could be dead.
But if you don't already know, here's what happened for this linked here. I'm not clicking that. Not doing that.
It had AIDS right in the name.
So
There are 2 presidential candidates. Number 2 will surprise you. Click here. It's like, wait,
but even if it was for something to for or against Ted Cruz, I'm not in Texas, so I shouldn't get these things because it doesn't matter what I think either way.
You were in Texas.
I was going to say, you've been to Texas. They've got your information.
That doesn't count. Just because you went to Texas and then left doesn't mean, that counts as you or your
dude,
citizen.
that's how they get you, man. Look, they shut off your StreamYard remotely like 10 minutes ago, and you don't think they can get your political ads on your phone just because you went to Texas? I was going to say, the second
you walk into a Whataburger, you're affiliated with somebody.
There's pictures of you on the grassy knoll, Eric.
Yes, eating Whataburger. Not really doing anything. I'm not hiding. I'm just sitting there on the hill going, oh, look at all the people standing on the X when the stoplight's going.
It's like Whataburger. No, that's his head.
Yeah. Other people here, I get both sides of the ad. You're unaffiliated, so both sides are trying to sway to you.
You're that undecided voter that everyone keeps trying to push.
You sure they're even legit? No, they're not. I mean, I stated that at the beginning. They're not legit. I know, because if they're legit and they have your information, you don't normally get the stop, block, report junk feature under it, you know? So, but that's not all. There's still more coming here. So then I have this one here for Trump. Richard, whoever Richard is, please, all in capitals and an exclamation point.
Calling you a dick.
Please answer question number 1 before my debate with Kamala. Take the MAGA poll. And it's like, it's just getting more and more ridiculous. There's others I didn't pull off my phone here. But
RFK Jr. want to help him saw the head off this Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Right.
$30.
I would love if they're trying to solicit funds for RFK and he's already discontinued his campaign. I'm going to keep tabs on this and see if they get more interesting. The other ones were okay. This one made me laugh. It's like, I've texted you many times. You have not pledged to vote. Doesn't even matter that it says Kamala. It's just the gall to say you didn't pledge to vote for anybody.
Yeah, how dare you?
Pick a
pledge
side,
week.
Fuck all the way off. Not happening. All right, so there's that. Also I was in the stores today doing some random shopping. And if you're not aware, because Gittles, this doesn't apply. Oh, it doesn't apply to Jordan either. But certain states around the country have that plastic bag ban, even a paper bag ban.
Yeah.
Stores do not give you bags anymore. You have to bring your own canvas bags
to the supermarket.
I know that was an old bit. And to do your shopping, because if you don't, you're putting all those items back into your cart and then having to load them in bags in your car. So New Jersey was one of the first to hop on this thing. I think it's been like 2 years or something that we haven't had bags in any store.
It's been longer than that.
No, it's not. It seems like it, but it's only, I think, like 2022 was when that thing started taking place here.
I think New York had happened earlier than that, I think.
But you don't have the plastic bag ban.
No, right? It's New York. They don't give a shit, dude. Like, it's like, hey man, let's use plastic bags, and they're like, go fuck yourself.
Well, you would think New York City would be one of the people right.
The store is like the store still asked. They'll still give them out to you. They don't charge you. So
you have to bring your own bags, and if you don't have them, you don't have your own bags. Most places have their company bags available for you to purchase, and it's like $1 a bag or something like that.
Yeah, but they're garbage quality.
They are. They're essentially old tents.
Yeah,
like people who are throwing tents out and tarps.
They're just sewn together, those like blue tarps that you would put down. They bleached them and
repainted them and putting out there, and now they're ShopRite bags. So
like they recycled those 70s vinyl chairs you like sit on, like
the ones I put the yellow, orange, and green ones that every grandparent had for some reason. So you buy the bags, you have to have them in the stores. But what they're doing now is if you buy bags for a certain store that you go to all the time, say like supermarkets or regional Target, say like a Target, right? Mm-hmm. They have their red cloth bags and their different patterns and stuff. If you bring your bags, depending on who's the attendant is at like self-checkout or even at the register, they'll check everything there, and you have how many bags do you have? 3. Why? And then they start putting it in. Like, no. I already own these bags. You're not charging me for the bags. Oh, we don't. I didn't know if you purchase them here or not. So I had to start writing like your name on the bags to show them that I wasn't just taking bags, because apparently that's what people are doing. Walmart's doing it now too. I was there today and I had other bags. I had other bags, not Walmart bags, other bags. And I had them in the cart. You do the self-checkout with the gun and everything, and I'm putting it in there. And the lady had to come over to check something, and she goes, "How many bags?" And I said, "They're not even from here." And then she goes, "Oh, okay." I'm like, that's another racket that they're trying to do. Either people are taking the bags and they're stealing the bags. Look, if you're forcing this now, I think people stealing 10-cent to 99-cent bags is the least of their concern, right? But apparently it's a hot issue because they have people flocking over all over. How many bags did you use? None of yours. Don't worry about it. Moving on from that. I'm in the store and I'm walking around. First, I notice on portion, apparently Christmas is already out on the stores because
I saw your picture earlier.
There's the next two aisles are all Halloween stuff. The aisle behind it is all Christmas stuff. They've already loaded, and I took this photo last weekend.
Jeez, I thought that was today. You had uploaded this, and I saw it, and my blood started to boil. I put the date on it.
I had it in my phone, and I forgot to post it from last.
What store is this? Like Michael's or something?
It's Walmart.
This is Walmart.
Oh, Walmart.
So I was there last Sunday, and I took some, and then I was there again today, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot to post the Christmas photo, so I put that up there. So there was that. Then I see they have. By the front, they have their whole line of impulse buys, be it snacks or drinks or other little tchotchkes. They have a product that it was an enormous display. I've never heard of it. I don't know if these guys are influencers. I don't know what it is. But have you ever heard of Dude Perfect?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You have? What are they?
I have kids. So, I mean, they're always
the
watching
guys who do like all those like trick shot things where they throw like the ping pong ball like off a roof and like bounce it off of a dog's head and get in a cup and shit like that.
All right, I don't. Usually, I know these things. I didn't know that one. I had no idea who this was.
I think Matt OG went to like one of their events with his son. Like they're like that popular.
Well, apparently it's very popular because they had big displays. They have their own kind of like board game thing.
Ooh, there's the purple hoser. Yeah, the twins at the bottom. Yeah, no, I've seen these.
This is graphics made by Bitmoji. Like, what is this?
This is their game, right? And I already looked at it and I go, ugh.
It includes 5 dudes, 20 golden boys.
These are the same guys that go all out for like their fantasy football drafts.
These guys definitely play frisbee golf on the weekends.
Yeah. So, wait a minute. What? I just saw something here. Comedy tragedy in the chat. Dude Perfect. Mostly fake videos. Oh, okay. So they're fake stuff.
Everything's fake, Eric.
That is true. Then right next to that, they had this. There's a tabletop game, which I guess beer pong wasn't challenging enough. So they had to have multiple like baskets for playing all this stuff here.
It's a blitz ball.
If you're watching this, I just saw your text. It's very funny. So the this blitz ball thing, which I'm not it looks like they just taped up a wiffle ball. Remember when you would put like electric tape over a wiffle ball to give it a little weight and kill the aerodynamic of it so that it would fly? I think they just reinvented the wiffle ball. So I see this by the register and I go, oh, this is weird. I don't know what this is. So I figured it was some kind of influencer thing. Walked along. Then later I see in one of the aisles Cheez-Its. Who doesn't love Cheez-Its?
Cheez-Its are great.
One of the best snack foods ever.
Extra toasty, the only one.
I do. Yeah, I do like the extra toasty.
I don't care for the extra toasty. Actually, when you find them accidentally in a box, they're fantastic. But the box dedicated to them doesn't taste as good.
Oh, it's so good.
Before we go on, real quick, I for the first time had the chips that you guys like, the really extra brown ones.
Oh, the dark
russet.
I had dark russets for the first time like a week ago. They're
the best.
One of my favorite things to ever eat.
How good are they? I could eat a whole bag of those in like one sitting. I can't buy them.
2 different brands. One of them was saltier than the other, so I didn't like the chip, but I liked the salt content, and the other one wasn't salty enough. So if I can combine the two, it's like my new favorite thing. Anyway, I just
the ones I used to get around here were either Utz chips or hers.
They were the Utz.
Those are the best ones.
And they don't sell them anywhere within and I told this story, but I contacted like Utz and hers, or I never heard back from hers, but Utz reached out to me, and she goes, the lady in their customer service was very nice. She's like, let me just do a search for your area. I told her where I live, and let me see what's around. And she goes, oh, what? Yeah, there's nothing within an hour of you, unless you go into New York. And not by like the city, go by, where Gittles is and out to Long Island and stuff.
Oh, it's everywhere by me.
So I was like, why? And she said, I don't know, but they're not in stores anywhere near me. I don't understand. They're fantastic.
They're completely not here. I had them sent to me, and yeah, they are like my new favorite thing. They're very delicious. You guys have always talked about them when you talked about the dark.
Well, I'm glad you got this. I'm glad you can get them out there in Arizona, and I can't get them.
I had them sent to me,
and I'm about an hour and a half from the actual factory that makes them.
Right,
and I can't get them here.
And they're like the best part about those chips is, and this will be the last thing about them, is that like they're really good just plain, but they're also like amazing with a really good like French onion dip. Like,
oh yeah, I bet,
because that like extra crunchy like burn flavor is nice.
Perfect awkward in the chat. The TGIF potato skins are the best things ever. Okay,
those are good.
They were good, but their predecessor, Keebler, had the tater skins or tato skins. Tato skins back in the 80s into the 90s. Those were amazing.
Those are the ones. No, I was thinking of another brand that had like they were kettle chips before kettle chips became popular, and they were Gator taters or something like that. I think it was like Lay's or something. Yeah,
that sounds good too. I would try.
They were.
Anyway, I'm in the store. I see the Cheez-Its aisle, right? And I'm looking. There's these guys' faces on the the Cheez-Its boxes now. I don't know who they are, and I'm not ranting against them. Good for them for getting the branding and all that stuff. But it's these two guys that are kind of looking like they're real life anime. And they're on the boxes, and I go, I guess influencers on products that have been around for 100 years is the way that they're selling all this stuff now, right? Because, at least like in certain aisles, you'd see Mr. Beast stuff. It's all his.
Yeah, but it's his branded stuff. Like he wasn't just showing up on Cheerios.
Yeah, that's what was weird. So if you can look it up and just see the Cheez-Its box, I don't know who they are, but they're on there. So I was like, wow, I didn't notice this last time. I got to pay attention to it.
I'm picturing Eric in like the Cheez-Its aisle, and like, the Cheez-Its executives are right there, like off camera, and they're just like, finally, our campaign is great. And then Eric comes up and picks up a box, like, who the fuck are these guys? And then they just go, ugh, and they just walk away.
Or it's just an episode of Impractical Jokers. They're doing fuck with me, and like Sal and Q are in another aisle. They're just watching me on a monitor laughing.
Yeah. You're on one of the boxes. You don't.
I was going to say they're putting people he knows just like on some of the other.
You ever
products.
See that video? I should find that.
That'd be a
video.
Good Practical Jokers. Them like taking people's pictures and they come in the store and then putting them on the boxes in the store they're shopping for.
That's very meta. There's that video of this lady. She's in the DVD section of a store.
And her son is.
And her son went and replaced all the movie covers and photoshopped her face into everything.
Yeah,
and she lost her shit that they were using her image without her permission.
I
don't know if that's real or not, but it was funny to see this old lady losing her shit over.
I always see the ones where the guys take a picture of like someone randomly at the mall, like a worker or a security guard, and take their picture without them knowing, go get it printed on a shirt, and then they're just like walking around, and the guy's like, "Wait, that's me. Wait, hold on, what the heck?" And they freak out.
Right?
Yeah, this is happening now.
So so Cheez-Its are now branded with influencers or anime people. I don't know who those guys were. Right. Go down another aisle, and it's like fruit juices for kids, Gatorade, those kind of things, right?
Poor Eric's getting Alzheimer's.
There's another big display for Dude Perfect
body armor
tied in with body armor called Perfect Pop.
Isn't body armor deodorant?
No, it's been like a
body armor is like a sports drink.
Oh, I don't know. I don't drink those things.
So this one is cherry berry ice, and looking through the clear parts of the plastic, it looks like it's the same shit that Prime is.
It is. It's all. It's again one vat. Everything goes out. Eventually, if something needs more Duff
Dry.
So, all right. So I got this because we're going to do a soda show for the consumer episode. We have a whole bunch of drinks and stuff that we're going through that. So anyway, again, Dude Perfect shows up again. I had no idea who they are. I'm going to have to go look them up and see what they're all about.
What sodas do you have for your show?
I got those. Arizona did a thing with Marvel. They made specialty Marvel drinks, so I have those. I have all those new healthy sodas that they're putting out there. You know the names of the companies, Jordan.
Yeah, I know the one you're talking like Olipop and like all those shits.
Yeah, Olipop and the other ones. Is it
Olipop, Swoon, Poppy.
Yeah, that's one. So I bought like a couple of each of those. We'll try those out.
Culture Pop.
We have the Beetlejuice tie-in to Fanta. They're haunted apple. I've got that peach monster drink, which I hate energy drinks, but I'll try that because it's peach. I'll give it a chance. I also got
probably get it. We're trying to get our hands fully. Yeah, I was gonna say I need to get mine, but yeah, you got yours there.
So I got the Coca-Cola Oreos hybrid.
Ooh,
and I got the Coca-Cola Oreos hybrid.
Yep.
Whoa.
And I've heard mixed things. I'm trying to ignore.
I don't want to hear anything.
That's what I'm trying to keep my mouth shut.
So you can have the soda that tastes like Oreos, and you can have the Oreos that taste like soda.
What if you dip them in each other? Will it just explode like a submarine?
Space-time continuum goes away.
Yeah, the universe will cease to exist as matter and antimatter meet.
Because the one would have the sugar in it, and then you'd be adding it to the one that doesn't have the sugar. It would just, oh man,
right?
Don't do that.
So that's coming to the consumer. I'm giving you a little preview of consumer.
We got a
lot. This was new. Ultimate Cheddar Doritos.
I think I've seen those.
So I got that to try. This was in Canada for the longest time and then finally started showing up in the United States.
Moose?
Last month.
Moose Mix.
Wednesday cereal.
Whoa. Everything is cookies and cream flavored.
I know, because kids' palates get worse and worse. It's blue raspberry, cotton candy. Ice Pop was the big flavor of the for the summer.
Rainbow, Rocket Pop, rather.
The Rocket Pop, all that was there, and now
I'm trying to get my
Rocket Pops.
The Kellogg's Wednesday cereal.
I'm trying to get my hands on the Kelsey mix, the one where they said, "Hey, all the sugar cereals, let's put it together because we're sports people. Let's try to go unhealthy." So I'm trying to get that as well.
I have some. Is it loaded in here? Shit, it's not loaded in here, is it?
It was, but then they got rid of you.
No. I had it in here. I'm loading it right now. This was something that they should have done, and this cereal's been around for like almost 50 years. They should have done this back then, and they didn't. The Monster cereal?
Yes.
This Frightful Friends Monster cereal is all the cereals combined into one box.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that before.
People have been doing that for decades, and now they just realized, we should put all that together in a box and sell it that way. Yeah, no shit. So finally, I mean, better late than never, I guess. And then without having Fruit Brute and Yummy Mummy come back, they always have to do, add a new character in there. And now there's, I guess, their sister, Carmela Creeper.
Yeah, that's a weird name.
Apparently, this is supposed to taste like caramel apple for a cereal.
That's the big thing, too, lately. Everything's supposed to be caramel apple flavored. Ugh.
Yeah.
Monster cereals aren't good.
Perfect Awkward. They used to be.
There's like some weird like coating on them now where they're like really like light and it's like sticky. Like,
but it all happened in the 90s when all of this stuff started changing. It's somewhere in the 90s is the definitive time point where this happened, because if you had the Hostess pies, Twinkies, Devil Dogs, all those things. Chips Ahoy was the big example that I would put out there. Now they were much bigger because now they're the size of a $50, but they were much bigger and they tasted completely different than they do now. So something in the 90s, something passed, and they were like, "Yep, we're not using sugar anymore. We're doing all these synthetics and what have you, and put that stuff in there," and everything turned to shit. I don't know how people eat them now, because if you try eating any of that stuff, you go, "This is terrible." And
I did get the Monster cereals. I think it was last year, or the year before, when they brought Fruit Brute back for the first time, and I remember it being really good. Actually, no, because I think it went away in the 70s. But I tried it and it just wasn't good. Like everything, Fruit Brute, like it just tasted. It almost tasted like Frankenberry.
It should, because it's a cherry cereal, so that would have been fantastic.
Right.
But you're right. When they brought them back, I think they brought those back like a decade ago, and they were just I think they started as a Target exclusive to have the other two with them.
Yeah, they were
and
doing
then-
like the nostalgia throwback ones.
Yeah, and then they started only bringing them back because you don't get those cereals the rest of the year. They're just around for Halloween.
It's the pumpkin spice of cereals, which also has pumpkin spice.
I was gonna say the pumpkin spice Cheerios are good.
Well, speaking of pumpkin spice, I know Jordan has mine, so he's going to be sending it to me. But also another consumer episode is coming up is specialty cup of noodles.
Yep.
So we've got, let me turn it. There we go.
You're good.
So this one is everything bagel. And this one is breakfast, where
my friend has had that one. He said it's weird.
It's maple
I've had
syrup,
it.
pancakes, sausages, and eggs.
And then I have the s'mores ramen that I'm sending his way. So
I've
So
seen the
we'll have the
s'mores
pumpkin
ramen at a
spice
store
one
here.
and the s'mores.
no, there's no pumpkin spice. There's s'mores.
There is a pumpkin spice.
Well, that was years ago, and I don't have that.
Oh, I thought you picked. What's the one you got me? The s'mores.
S'mores.
Oh, okay. I thought you had the. There
like
is a
campfire
pumpkin spice
s'mores.
one, so maybe
There was. It was like 2 years ago, and
I'll look
I
and
had
see if
tried
it shows up
and it's
because we'll do
disgusting.
a ramen show.
Yeah.
with all of that stuff. Okay,
Everybody loves ramen.
everybody,
ramen.
it's fantastic.
Ramen.
So we have that, and then
There he goes.
Oh no!
Big ramen
Trimmer.
got him.
Got him.
Oh crap. Well, this is what happens. He talked about Nissen.
I
He's going to be Nissen from the show.
I didn't.
Heyo.
Hold on.
Bye, Eric.
No, you can still hear me, right?
For now.
Yeah.
All right.
This is your voice on TV.
Everything was fine. What is StreamYard doing?
Yeah.
Big Noodle got to him.
I was going to say Andy's got it right. There he goes. Yep.
He's dead.
See? Yeah, Big Noodle got to him. That's right. Big Noodle did get to him.
Poor
That's
Eric.
so funny. This is going to be one of the best shows we've ever done. Oh, and then because he leaves, he's going to be calling me any second now. He's going to be mad.
Of course he is.
This is
I'm
my
glad this is
favorite
the show that I came.
I'm
back
glad
to
you're
sit in
here.
on.
I'm
I'm
really
glad this is
glad
the
you-
one I came to sit in on.
Yep. I'm so happy you're here.
Otherwise, it would just be like you doing, like a Jimmy Kimmel monologue.
Just my hands. I don't know what to do with my hands. Oh, that is
Just
so
like-
funny.
Grabbing something off the shelf, like this is my horsey. Hey,
You
yeah.
guys see, I got water. I got a new Lego set I'm going to put together.
Ooh, which one?
The Legend of Zelda Deku Tree.
Fuck yeah!
Yeah.
How many pieces is it?
That one is 2,500.
Okay, that's not like crazy.
So, well, no, because the one I just did was over 5,000 pieces.
Damn, I still want to
Yeah.
get the George Cat one, but it's expensive.
I did the Barad-dûr from Lord of the Rings, and this
Nice.
thing. Let me see if I can load the picture in real quick. It is massive. Let me see here. But yeah, like I'm holding this thing, and it is just.
Are you terrified when you're holding it? Like, don't drop it! Don't drop it! Don't drop
I
it.
built it downstairs because it was where I had all the space. So I was in my kitchen and I was on my table and I was doing. And I did this over a couple nights. Like this thing took me like 14 hours to build. Like total time.
So here's
And-
my question: like, if it did come apart, would you be able to put it back together?
Oh no, I would just put it all in the trash and forget I even tried to do it because it's 95% black pieces. So like I don't
Oh,
know where
man.
they would go. If you don't build it in order, you're screwed.
Yeah,
and no thank you. So yeah, that wasn't happening. I did move it upstairs. It's not in here. I don't have space in here to display it. It's so big, but yeah, that thing took me like 14 hours. It's like over 5,000 pieces. It's probably the biggest thing I've ever put together, which is
Damn.
kind of fun. So there's that. And then, yeah, I just got the Deku Tree. And then October 1st should be, I'm getting the old 1960s Batmobile. So that's on its
cool.
way. Yeah.
with that like Corvette one.
Yeah. It looks like the old
jet engine thing in the back.
Right. Yeah. So
Nice.
because I've got like the DeLorean back there. I've got there's my Ecto one.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna go up there. I'm trying to find the picture. It's so hard. Let me see. I don't think I'm gonna try to see if I can.
That's pretty cool though. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I would like to put together a big Lego piece like that, but I know like
Way
my
to do
cat's
this.
just gonna destroy it.
Look how tall that thing is.
Jesus, dude.
That's massive and it's heavy.
Well, yeah, it's heavy. It's a 5,000 pieces of plastic.
Right. It's like, oh, that's great.
Like, it's not gonna be lighter when you take it out of the box.
Right. I'm like, oh no. Yeah, this thing, like, I'm used to doing some of these builds where it's like, you got like maybe 15, 20 bags. This thing had like 40, 45 bags, like separate bags of Lego pieces. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ. So, I just threw on stuff on the television and just kind of zoned out. Just kind of built it over the last couple nights. So
did you build each like little section and then put the sections together like a prefab house? Like
with that build, it is sectioned off in 3 pieces. It's modular. So they have books that you have to follow. So you follow the books and it builds the bottom piece, and then you follow the next book and it builds the middle piece, and then it slides in these little grooves. And so I could take it apart and transfer it if I wanted to do something like that.
That's
crazy,
cool.
But yeah, I was doing that, and yeah, I've told people on here before, I just got a new promotion with a job. So it was like, that was my way of just zoning out and not thinking about work and not thinking about anything else, because it's like, I just got so much on my plate. And
well, that's awesome. Congratulations on the promotion.
Yeah, it's temporary right now, but I interviewed for it officially. So I'm hopefully going to be doing that full time. More money means more Legos and more shit. I'm trying to figure out if I can get out there to New York for Comic-Con, because I got the press passes. Right? Yeah, it's the weekend of the 17th.
Yeah,
something like that. So I've been getting emails. We got the press passes. So I'm gonna try to see if I can get out there. If I get out there, I'll bug you, because I'll finally be on the East Coast for a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. That'd be awesome to see you.
Eric is so mad that he's not even attempting to communicate how mad he is right now. Like, he hasn't said one word to me.
I really think that Big Noodle Streamyard got him. I think that's what happens.
I think so too. Well, let's see. Let's see what he had prepared that we could take. Oh, okay. So here we go.
Just finish the show without him.
We're talking about food. So this is something that we had done. So they did this experiment just pretty recently, where they took the dye in Doritos, and basically created see-through mice.
Okay.
Yeah. So
living.
So yeah. So they have scientists found one of the ingredients in the triangle-shaped tortilla chips has a superpower. It makes the skin of mice transparent. So researchers at Stanford this September issued a Journal of Science that they were now able to see through the skin of live mice by applying a mixture of water and tartrazine, a bright yellow-orange food coloring used in Doritos and other foods, drugs, and cosmetics. So basically, Doritos, one of the main chemicals that gives it its color, is turning mice's skin completely transparent.
That's one of the craziest things I've heard in a very long time.
So basically, the reason why they're doing it is they were trying to find better methods to see like tissues and organs within the body.
I'm not eating a Dorito ever again now. Like, I don't.
That's a lie. You're gonna have one probably this weekend.
I'll probably have one in 20
probably
minutes.
have one in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But they chose this chemical because I guess the dye's molecules absorb blue and ultraviolet light, so it makes it easier for light to pass through the mouse's skin. For those who understand the fundamental physics behind this, it makes sense. But if you aren't familiar with it, it looks like a magic trick. I can't believe.
So, like, if I was a mouse and I knew this, I would just be finding a way to just become this ninja mouse. I'd be like stealthing into everything and just like stealing more Doritos so I could be a more ninja like mouse.
Yeah,
like Splinter.
I'm trying to think. Let me see.
That's some crazy shit.
Let me try to present this real quick.
Yeah, I want to see some pictures of these invisible Dorito mice.
Yeah, I gotta move this,
because this definitely sounds like something that was said during the debate. Like, the Doritos are turning the mice invisible.
The Haitians are eating our Doritos.
They're turning invisible.
All right, so let me do this, and then I'll open this up.
Oh my god! If you disappear, it's just gonna be me left.
Yeah, it's just gonna be you.
Well, me and George, we could put on an entertaining show. I have like a bar of soap and some magic cards and some other knickknacks around my desk here. An old canister for paprika. You know, just things you have around.
Things you find around. All right, so let's...
Ooh, lifelong learning.
I know. Actually, that's the other thing I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to school.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's not as fun as you think. All right.
See through mice.
Mice. So
he's not. That's definitely a solid mouse.
So they got the dye. They're already approved by U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Let's see if I can make this bigger.
Show me the mouse.
I know they really do need to find. There we go.
Now we're not gonna have to do X-rays. We're just gonna cover people in Dorito dust.
Like,
here, your bone's broken. Be like, yeah, I know it's poking through the skin, but thanks for putting Dorito dust all over my arms.
So basically, it's basically trying to give you an alternative way of doing,
like what?
Seeing inside the person's body.
An ultrasound. Like you're really just gonna smear some Doritos on a woman's like belly and then look inside and see that? No way. Fuck that.
But see, look. All right, so they're looking at here. So before, all the ultraviolet stuff like that's penetrated by the skin, and then you got the after. So that's what they're saying. Like, I wish they would show. Oh, look at that. See?
Oh wait, there it is. Like, click on it.
Yeah, it's not making it bigger.
Oh my god! You right click, save, expand. I need to see this invisible mouse.
You're like, I need to see the mouse.
It looks horrific.
Yeah, because gross. Look at that. Like, you can't see, and then now you can see the inside of the mouse.
I mean, I see the insides of animals all day, so it really doesn't bother me.
Like, this shouldn't be bothering you at all.
It's not bothering me at all.
Oh, that is so funny. But yeah, our Doritos are making mice see-through. It's ridiculous.
Well,
let's
that's
check
something.
out Eric. Let's see what he's doing.
Have you been playing any new games?
I've been using my Steam Deck a lot. So
Nice.
what I've been doing is anytime there's a sale, I grab stuff and then never play it like every other Steam user. So I've got a nice little backlog. I, for some reason, got back into playing that Harry Potter Hogwarts Legacy game.
Oh, I heard that's
because
fun.
it runs on the Steam Deck. So I was like, all right, I'll do that. So like I've just been playing that.
I have, if you want, I have beta test codes to Deadlock. If you have any interest,
Yeah, send them my way.
it's kind of fun.
What's that game like? What kind of game is that?
It's kind of like a third person shooter, but also like a MOBA. So it's like there's a lot going on, a lot of characters, a lot of upgrades, but it's like kind of like a third person Overwatch thing. You have teams of 6, and you have to like defeat the enemies, and it's really fun. It's very addictive.
Yeah. Did
It's
you
also
hear?
very hard.
What was that? That
Concord?
game, Concord. Yeah. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, they pulled it from like everything. They gave people refunds. Apparently, they shut it off on they
shut it all down. Like last Friday, they turned off all the servers. Like that was it.
But they took it like off of people's PS5 libraries too. Like they went in like and just like erased it from people's PS5s. I saw it on the news.
Yeah. So basically, like they were getting a lot of backlash ahead of time. I hate using the DEI bit and all this stuff, but a lot of people are complaining like, look, you made all these characters look weird. You made all these characters look masculine. There was no like female characters that looked quote unquote attractive. And so they were like, okay, we're going to do this anyway. The game took like 6 years to make. And then it released. It was getting just slammed. Like the user base on Steam alone was under like 100. And
no one playing it.
It wasn't even like a full, I think maybe it lasted maybe a full month. So it released in August. And as of last Friday, which I believe was the 6th,
it's completely
shut down, issuing full refunds. And it's gone. Now they're saying they're going to try to improve it and fix it. I don't see how you release this game. Well, for a cost, like you have to make it free to play at this point.
Yeah, that's why they lost, because they started making this game when Overwatch 2 and all these games were like paid for games, and then when it was done, it wasn't. All the games were free. And it was like, well, what do we do? Like they kind of like they kind of fucked themselves. So if they want to save it, they could probably fix it, make it free to play, and then yeah, because
Overwatch is free to play. They put out all these like other shooters, and that's where they're making their money on, like the skins and all the extra DLC, and that's where you decided to make a shooter that you had to pay $60 for, and you didn't have a fan base for it. So, and there's Eric. Hi, Eric.
Can't hear him.
And then I can't even hear him.
I'm here. I'm kidding.
Oh, I'm like, I was gonna be so mad at you. I'm like, all right. That's it. We're shutting it down.
Yep.
Wrap it up.
It's been a thing. So I had to do a quick check. Something showed up recently on this computer that I haven't used in years, and that seems to be now dominating my camera feed, to the fact that my browsers, the service, all the stuff couldn't detect my camera anymore, and it would knock me off. And it's that LGP light stream thing. Turns out it goes years ago for remember the devices that was it AverMedia that for capturing for video games stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that old software, maybe had some kind of update or something that I wasn't aware of, and now it's trying to access everything. So I had to uninstall that shit, and hopefully this took care of the issue, but we shall see. What did I miss? Are you trying to get into buy GameStop stock again, or what?
No, we were talking about the see-through mice with the Doritos, since we were talking about food.
Yeah, that's a great way to transition into that story.
Yeah, well, it was Doritos, but yeah, it was weird. And then we started talking about what we've been playing lately, and
right.
I've just been playing a lot of Hogwarts Legacy because I'm a 45-year-old man on a broomstick.
Yes, you are. And you love your Legos.
I do love my Legos. We were talking about Legos. Oh, you found that picture. Yeah, that's the box. That's just a box of it. Did I send you? I didn't send. I don't know if I sent you, but I showed Gittles the picture of me holding it after it was built. And I'm holding it maybe waist high, and it's going up to here. Thing's tall. And then I showed him I got the Zelda one that I'm going to be building soon too.
Very nice.
Yeah. I got a lot of toys.
Well, we wasted a lot of time not getting to some of the stuff that we wanted because of all these problems here. So let's get through some of this stuff and then we can move on. We'll do the Titanic stuff next week. We'll do that next week.
It's not going anywhere, right?
So at the time that we're doing this show, there is a hurricane down in the Gulf of Mexico that is pretty much plowing through once again the state of Louisiana. They're getting it's been weird, but ever since what was it, Katrina, 2005, it seems like the hurricane pattern has shifted from the entire history of how we've known hurricanes to be, because it was always the East Coast is the danger area for the hurricanes coming in they come off the coast of Africa, they develop, they usually demolish the Caribbean before hitting Florida, the Carolinas, or maybe it curls up and hits New York in the Northeast or whatever. But within the last 20 years, majority of them just seem to bypass that, go right through. It's like if you drew through a map, like you're playing Operation and you're trying not to touch the sides. And the hurricanes just, when they show you the path, it's going under Florida into the Gulf, getting huge, and then going up through Texas or up through Louisiana. It's like
bowling, right? You have to get right into the pocket there. You don't want to get a gutter shot. You gotta
and then if you have enough spin on the rotation, it's going out this way, and then it swings back in for the strike.
And then sometimes it'll hit and then swing back around and come right back.
Right. So it seems more often than not in the last 20 years, hurricanes heading to the Gulf, or some originating in the Gulf of Mexico. They're not making the transatlantic travel that they normally do.
Why? Just start your vacation there. You don't have a home. You're a hurricane. You can just do wherever you want.
That's smart. But alas, not really great for the Gulf Coast of those states. So Louisiana is getting pummeled by what they it'll probably be a hurricane level 1 at most, because of the winds or something, but it's not going to be as bad as we thought. And then last night, as it's heading to land, and said, "Oh yeah, this is a level 2." It just jumped within half a day. Nope, and destruction and everything is happening. So I was reading up on all of that, and I came across this thing from earlier in the week where there was a building in Lake Charles, Louisiana, that was demolished, and they made a big public spectacle. All the news was there. You could come up to the official designated points where you could come and watch the demolition of a building, because outside of a terrorist attack, when do you get to see a building get demolished and actually enjoy the spectacle of it?
All the time.
So it's just odd that they're going to demolish this building, and they could have just waited till the end of the week, and this hurricane probably would have done it for them. but it's the Capital One building, a 21-story skyscraper that's been abandoned for almost 4 years because it had to be demolished for safety and beyond repair after being pummeled by multiple hurricanes within the last 4 years. They never bothered to replace the infrastructure. There's no windows on most of the floors. This thing is just remember the hurricane episode from The Simpsons when it blew through the music store and all the harmonicas were going crazy? That's what this building looked like. So I have some footage of the building destruction here. Let's take a look at this and enjoy it.
Oh no.
Now, look where this camera is positioned, and look how fast the smoke and the debris is heading.
You gotta get out of there. Don't breathe that shit in.
They didn't get they were too close to the demolition site. All right. So this was the main feed that they were sending out to all the news organizations.
Please tell me the hurricane hit that and then just blew that dust all over the place.
There's one
mud everywhere.
There's one dedicated camera that was feeding it to all the news organizations. Well, I was like, all right, that's pretty cool. Then I see on Instagram somebody was there and took their own footage. And look at this. Look at this perspective. Kind of cool. You get to watch this. It's a controlled demolition. Like, all right, that's awesome.
The kid in the sweatsuit knows what's up. He was ready to run.
He was ready to
This is looking like the parking lot scene in the supermarket of The Mist.
This is looking like footage from yesterday in the city.
Too soon, Gittles. Look at him. Oh, shit. You gotta get out of here.
Yeah, don't breathe that in. That's probably like asbestos and fucking lead and shit.
What about it's worth it?
That guy's going towards it.
What a ding dong.
Oh, he's got to get his camera. He's like, ooh, gotta go.
Oh, that'll fuck your camera up.
Now, it's not just like, oh, this is a bad snowstorm or
looks like a dust storm in Arizona.
Rainstorm or something coming. Even a dust storm. This essentially is as bad as when the clouds and stuff are after like 9/11. The toxins.
That's what I was saying.
You're breathing asbestos. You're breathing insulation, pulverized glass, like all of this coming in there, and everyone's just kind of like some people ran away,
lollygagging around.
Get the shot, you know. Yeah. So you're going to be breathing all this in, and you're going to have some really bad medical complications from this.
Someone needs to do a Photoshop like re-edit of it with like the face from the Mummy when the sandstorm is coming, like chasing those people away. Yeah, exactly.
I think they just sitting there and like, oh, that's kind of cool, and the face shows up.
Yeah.
Then everybody be like, oh fuck, and they run away.
The dummy,
or like The Mist, you know, those pink weird bat things coming out, and then the purple tentacles grabbing people to their doom. And then the guy shoots his family in the truck, and he's about to pull it on himself, and all of a sudden the Marines show up, and you're like, "Oh, if I only waited 5 more seconds."
Such a bummer ending.
My whole family would have been alive to see this. Oh well, moving on. All right, let's get to this other show that was talking about this. So I went to lunch a few weeks back with my friend Brody.
Oh, here he goes again.
What? I'm here.
He's back. Okay. No, you were frozen for a minute. We're going to lose Eric again.
It was doing it again for a second, but you're back.
I wanted you.
I was loading something up. All right. Sorry.
That's why.
Where is my
burrito?
Oh, hold on. Okay.
It's my burrito.
Where's my burrito?
Can you hear that?
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure because everything got fucked up. This was all set before the show. Okay. So Brody does a show with another friend of ours, Scary Jones, called the Brooklyn Boys. It's part of Elvis Duran's podcast network out of New York City. Elvis Duran, if you're not aware, very, very famous syndicated morning show around the country. 100-something markets, been around forever. What was that? Was that
I
something
hit
to
a
read?
button on. No, I hit a button on
He
accident.
was originally in Duran, but then they kicked him out because there was too many.
Yeah, it was like the no homers. We're allowed
Yeah.
one Duran,
Yeah.
so he had to leave. So we had gone and we had lunch, and I had an issue with this service at the restaurant, but I didn't. Gittles, you've been around long enough. You know how these things go.
I've been
I
around.
start to get very. I turn my anger inward,
Mhm.
and I start to seethe, and I get angry, but I don't do anything. Because look, I know how bad the restaurant business can be. I know what servers and what have you, the chefs what they have to go through. I'm not trying to give them a hard time. And I know better than to give them a hard time. Because if you're one of those people that complain and make a big deal out of something that's not warranted, they're going to fuck with your food, or they're going to do something. I know that. So I just
Or
go,
next
nope.
time you come back, they're gonna remember you or some shit. Yeah.
Right. So I go, nope, I'm fine. All good. I don't say anything. Well, I'm with a guy who is openly complaining about things in his life and at restaurants, and he'll complain about things and he'll send stuff back and he'll do all of these things. I don't. I just go, nope, fine, leave it alone. And this was bothering him that I was acting this way. So they discussed it on their show. Let's break this down. If you guys want to add to anything here, just throw your hand up so I'll stop the audio so that we're not talking over everything. And this should be good. Let me see if I can adjust the volume. Okay, I guess not. Here we go.
I want to talk about my friend Eric, the one who hosts the podcast. It's Erik Nagel, Eric with a K, Nagel, our friend.
Nice
Eric,
plug.
who we've had on.
Thank you very
before.
much.
Co-hosted my Walkers and Talkers podcast.
He's a good man. I love Eric.
He is a very good man. He's great. And we went to lunch yesterday. We had a very good lunch, and we had some issues at lunch.
Oh, yeah?
So I thought I would share them with you.
Okay.
Yeah, after we were done, he said, guess what the first 15 minutes of my podcast is going to be? I said, what? He goes, talking about you and this lunch.
Uh-oh.
I said, oh, yeah? Well, guess what? I'm going to talk about you then in my podcast.
All
How
right.
about that?
Oh, wow. Did you guys
So-
end in a fight? Like, what happened? I mean,
No. So
you said you had
we
issues.
handle food situations very differently. We went to a really fun place. I've been there before. I've told you. So
What's the place, Eric? I wanted to know.
forgot to bleep the place out.
Redacted.
Oh, god damn it! I really was curious.
A couple of us are going to the beach. We're going to Donovan's.
I don't know what that means, but I'll have a great time.
Seabright.
Very good. Okay. So anyway, he wants to order something off. There's a menu and there's a specials menu.
Right.
So the thing he wants is a club sandwich on sourdough bread, I think. It was on whole wheat bread. So he says to the waiter,
No, that's not correct at all. So they had some kind of summer club sandwich thing, but they were serving it on, when you get specialty menus, they got to be overly fancy instead of being good. So it was like one of those like
Rustic breads.
like the 19 multi-grain kind of bread.
Yeah, the good bread.
That's not good bread. No.
Sure.
So I didn't want that.
It's not
on
like the
Dutch
Wonder
Crunch.
bread, Eric. The diner.
No.
Said
not
it
at
was
all.
on Dutch Crunch.
can I substitute my whole wheat bread for ciabatta? Now, that's a fair question.
I didn't want ciabatta either. I wanted it on rye. I just asked, did they have rye back there? Or I don't know where sourdough.
Ryback just comes running out to serve your food.
Feed me. It's like, all right, we get it. No one likes you. You're an asshole. Yeah, so I just wanted it on rye, basic.
So far, none of the actual events that he's describing happened in the way that he's describing it.
They are. He's just getting small details incorrect.
Well, that's a pretty big detail. I want to know what kind of.
I didn't want the multigrain bread. I wanted rye for the thing.
Okay.
Question, right?
Sure.
The waiter says to him, you know what? That's on the specials menu. I'm not sure. Let me check for you. Not a problem.
That's not what happened. That's incorrect. What was told to me is it's on the because that's the specials menu. He told me no.
Told you no.
He told me no, that it couldn't be changed because that's just how the specials are.
What were they all pre-packed? Like,
Well,
that doesn't make any sense.
Unwrap
That's
it with
what Brody gets at one point is like, are these all made at the beginning of the day or something that they're all exclusively that way? The guy said, no, you can't make any changes because it's on the specialty menu. So that's when I got annoyed because I wanted that, but I don't want the multi-tier grain bread on there So I said, all right, I'm not going to do that.
So Eric says, nah, just forget it then. Forget it. I'll have the cheeseburger. So the guy says, all right, how do you want that cooked? Blah, blah, blah. He orders the cheeseburger. So I said, well, why didn't you get the other thing you wanted? He goes, they're going to have to check on the bread. It's a special. He's going to come back and say they can't do it. It's too much. If he can't just do it, I don't want it. I said, but why wouldn't you just wait to see? Like, you're allowed to get the bread you want. He's just concerned maybe they're pre-made and they're already like wrapped in saran wrap in the morning and they got to, they don't change the bread out. But
it's not 7-Eleven sandwiches, Brody.
Cellophane.
It's a decent restaurant that they're doing this.
So good.
I was gonna say, like, the reason why like they would probably check on something like that is that if it's a special item, they like a lot of the restaurants and stuff work that into their pricing, and he probably didn't know. Oh, what do I do if I go to this? If I switch from a more expensive bread, like it might have like changed. Like he probably just had to check. You know what I mean? Like that's probably why.
That wasn't what initially happened. He told me no, and I went, okay. Not like I don't know if we can. I've had that happen when you try to make a substitution or a change.
Right.
They go, I don't know, but if you give me a moment, I'll go check and see if we can do that. Perfectly fine. And if you can't, that's fine too. Not a problem. When you're saying no. He was just like, not even nonchalant about it. He goes, no, it's on the specialty menu. Okay, then I don't want that then. And that was bothering Brody. He goes, why don't you just have him go check? Brody was talking with the guy. Eventually goes, well, you know what? I guess I could check. At that point, I was already semi-seething. So I was just like, nope, not. This is already an issue. There's other things I'll hoot and holler, to coin a phrase. I'll have some problems, but I will not do it with food.
Now, at this point, are you
and
more
it's because
upset?
You're paranoid, right?
A little bit. At this point, are you more upset that Brody's making it a bigger issue and, browbeating this guy to make that check-in with your bread situation? Or are you still just upset that you can't get the sandwich substitutions from the get-go?
I am upset because he flat out told me no. When I know the answer is, he's like, I don't know. Let me check to see if we can do that. I have no problems with that. And I understand there's so many other people that go to restaurants, mostly older people, who just cause problems for people in the restaurant industry because they think they deserve everything. And some people are just difficult for whatever reason.
Well, I mean, he could have handled it differently, where he could have said, hey, you know what? Let me go check for you.
That's what I said.
It's the item might be in the back. Let me go check. You're clearly not looking, but the illusion of serving you.
He didn't give a shit.
Helping.
He just goes, no, it's on the special. Now, this guy had no personality. He was just he wasn't like being a dick. He wasn't everything. He just had nothing. You couldn't get a read on the guy. He was talking to the wall. So he says no. So I went, okay, then I don't want that because that bread was a deal breaker. So I just wanted I'll get a cheeseburger or something.
Meal breaker.
You know what? He's
a meal breaker. I just lost my place. Damn it.
And they're already like wrapped in saran wrap in the morning and they gotta, they don't change the bread out. But you know what? He's just being careful because he doesn't know. Of course they change the bread out. No, I don't need a headache.
No, they don't.
So first of all, Scary, how would you handle a waiter saying, no problem?
They didn't. He didn't. He said it after Brody was essentially browbeating the guy, that he said, oh, yeah, I guess I could check. Either the guy is dumb or the guy is lazy. And either way, now it's already an issue. I don't want him fucking with my food. I don't want the people in the back there messing with my food. So they're
already going to fuck with your food because this situation already happened. They're going to go on the back and be like, I know this guy didn't really cause that much of a problem, but let's still fuck with his food.
That's possible. You've seen Waiting, where they're throwing the shit under their armpit.
That's a documentary.
Dropping
I was going to say, I worked at an Applebee's. Trust me, that's 100% what happens.
Right. So,
well, I would let him check. I would let him do his due diligence.
I would have let him check too. If he said, you know what? I don't know. I'll go in the back or I'll go and ask.
If that's how he started this interaction, yes. Yeah. Now it's no.
No, it was flat out no. Not even I can go check. Nothing. He just went, no, it's a specialty.
What frustrates me about just to now this situation is that when we went to San Diego, Rob got the bad service, bad restaurant experience with Erik Nagel, and I got the good taco stand experience with Erik Nagel. And it frustrates me because I really want to see something bad go on in your food travels. And
we went to what's the Fogo de
Chao,
right? It's a chain restaurant for Brazilian rodizio. And I've heard things. I mean, we've talked about people on your other place that had went there and had a terrible time, but they went during restaurant week, so it's not going to be the best service. Rob and I went there just because we're like, yeah, let's live it up a little bit. We'll go over there, and it was very disappointing. I've had other places that were so much better doing the rodizio than that particular restaurant. Because even Rob admitted, Hollywood agent Rob Stark admitted that he's been to other ones, like ones in LA and DC, I guess, or something. And he goes, yeah, they were much better than this place.
Right.
So keep that in mind. It wasn't just me losing,
I know, but see,
for this,
again, it was a not fun experience, like not good experience. I still want to experience that.
Okay. One day we'll figure
it'll
it
happen.
out.
If you come out here for Comic-Con, you'll have plenty of options.
Yeah.
All the restaurants never operate at 100% during Comic-Con.
And they have the prefixed menu.
Yep.
Now, if
so
this
can't
was
subset the bread.
If this was a prefixed menu, I would understand that. It's meant for a certain occasion. There's no changes or whatever. But again, if it's one of those heavy multi-grain breads, there are people. I used to say it was a made-up disease, but it's not anymore. The thing that people, when they can't have flour and they can't have grains,
celiac.
Yeah, something like that. They make the gluten-free bread. They do the wraps, lettuce wrap or something. So if you got there and you can't have that multi-grain bread, then they'll put it in a lettuce wrap for you or something for dietary concerns. They have to do that. That was not the case here. So not that I was asking for that. I should have. If I really cared that much for that sandwich, I would have made up an excuse that I needed it, but wasn't. I already shut it down. I go, this is already going to be terrible. I'm done.
Like, all right, I was gonna get up and tell the waiter go check anyway, but he's like, don't do it. I don't.
Oh yeah, that was Brody's like, no, I'll go and check. I'll go and see if he can do it.
He's like,
Well, he's like going to the kitchen. He's got pole.
Oh, he's just gonna go walk through the floor and find the guy at whatever station he's at to put in the stuff in the computer. I was like, no,
that's even worse.
Don't. But Brody's thing is this: in his life and on his show, he's the champion of people who get swindled or people who get hustled by companies or whatever, so that they're not getting a fair reimbursement for things that they deserved, and then finding out a way to get them more for their time and their effort. Right. So he's like, remember Shame on You with Asa Aarons?
Shame.
Yeah. So that's what Brody does in his own time. Like, nobody company's paying for his investigative journalism. He just goes out there and does these things. He wanted to go do that, and I just went, sit down. Like, I had my teeth gritted. I'm like, sit down. I don't want this. Don't talk to him, because now I'm going to be mad at you if you take this. And he's laughing. He's like, it's like, dude, I've seen your psychosis. I know what Brody goes through in other places, and I was like, you're not the one to be questioning me not wanting to do this right now. But anyway,
the conclusions on his own. I'm trying to understand.
He's like, if the guy's got a check, I don't want to go through the drama. Like, if it's not easy, I don't want it.
Yeah, but
like,
he wanted it. He craved it. He craved it in the first place. So why don't he just let the guy follow through and do his job?
So I said, listen, tell the guy if they can't switch the bread, then you want the cheeseburger. Then you're done. But let him go check. Nope. Nope, I don't want it. That's the way I am.
Do I go? Do I ever do that?
Is that what you do?
Is that
all the time?
Yeah.
Okay. Am I doing?
You're doing the South Park rabble.
He's taking our bread.
I can't get it the way I want. I wash my hands of it. I'm done.
He doesn't know that. He doesn't know that he can't get it that way he wants. He doesn't know. It's still inconclusive.
In anticipation, he said, I don't want it. Okay. So then they bring him his food. They bring him his cheeseburger. And Erik is a mustard guy, like you. I'm a ketchup guy.
Love mustard.
And on the table, they've got French's ketchup, which I'm not going near. And, salt and pepper and grated cheese. They got a bunch of condiments.
Salt and pepper,
no mustard. So he says to the waiter, when the waiter comes, he says, hey, can I get a mustard for my hamburger? No problem. Waiter comes back very quickly, brings him a mustard, walks away. Erik tastes the mustard, and he goes, oh, this is terrible. It's like honey mustard. I didn't ask for honey mustard. I asked for mustard. So I said, all right, well, they have to have regular mustard here. They have to. He says, well, I don't want it then. I'll just take my burger home. I said, what are you talking about? Ask him for mustard. Nope, they brought me this. I'm not asking for mustard. I go, they have to have mustard. You're not going to eat your burger? That's ridiculous. So a waitress walks by, not our waitress, excuse me. I said, how many different types of mustard do you have here? Do you have like a spicy mustard, a brown mustard, regular mustard?
Spicy brown mustard is the way to go. I don't like the French's yellow mustard.
Look, even if they had French's yellow mustard,
I would do French's yellow if that's all they had.
I would take that. I would not prefer it, but I wouldn't say no to it.
Okay, so you're doing the burger at this point, right?
I have the cheeseburger, yes.
Spicy brown mustard on a cheeseburger doesn't sound good. The same way honey mustard sounds horrible. Like those
brown mustard
they're both good on a burger. I'll eat them both on a burger.
Spicy brown mustard on a burger is great.
See, I would think that would be like a hot dog or some kind of like.
No, you have it on a hot dog. You have it on any kind of wursts, a kielbasa.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. But like for me, a hamburger, the yellow mustard serves.
My standard
got a million
hamburger
other things.
Is mustard, ketchup, mayonnaise.
That's what I do. Mustard, ketchup, mayonnaise.
Pickles,
red onion,
tomato.
Pickle.
Yeah,
I've been doing the pickle mustard lately, where I don't have to add more pickles, but I get the
mustard.
Yeah, and so I get the taste of the pickle and I get the mustard. Yeah,
I got the pickle ketchup.
And then there's a pickle. Oh yes, I have that too. I haven't. I have that, and I have the pickle hot sauce that I haven't tried.
Oh yeah, I have the pickle ketchup. It's good.
Yeah, I gotta try. I gotta do. Man, I'm so far behind.
We got so much to do.
Stuff. I gotta do that.
Well,
anyway, so. Mustard.
He didn't want this mustard. It's homemade mustard. All their sauces are homemade. He didn't want it.
Why? Probably better.
He didn't like it. He said it tasted like honey. It was sweet. And he's like, tells me to taste it. I go, I don't eat mustard. I hate it. I'm not going near it. Okay. By the way, he makes the mistake. He's had lunch with me like 30 times in the past year and a half. Like we go every couple of weeks. He said, I said, you want to share an appetizer? He says, with a straight face, Scary. He says to me, you want to share the spinach artichoke dip? I said, what are you on drugs? Get the fuck out of here. I won't eat spinach or artichoke, certainly not both together.
Yeah, I do know you, Brody. I've been going to lunch with you many, many times. And of course, I'm always going to ask you if you want the spinach artichoke. He's one of those guys that doesn't eat anything green.
Okay.
Yeah, it's weird.
I would say like that's not even green though. It's like flecks of green in like cream cheese and mayonnaise and like
but it's green nonetheless. And he'll explain that down the line here.
Yeah, but Brody, see, spinach artichoke dip is one of the exceptions to the rule I think that you might love.
No,
spinach artichoke dip is fantastic.
I don't even like spinach cooked into things, and that is true. That is fantastic.
Oh, okay.
So I asked the waitress. The waitress says, "Yeah, we have two different kinds of mustard. We have honey mustard. We have house-made mustard." I said, "Okay, great." So then Eric says to me, "No, I don't need you to ask for the mustard.
He's white knighting me at a restaurant.
He's really your biggest fan right now."
Okay, I won't eat the burger now. Forget it. So a waiter comes back. He goes, "Hey guys, you need anything?"
All right, let me finish with the mustard thing before he continues on. They had this honey mustard thing that didn't taste like a normal honey mustard. Like it was overly sweet, and that was not going to be good for the hamburger.
Right.
The other mustard,
the Boar's Head honey mustard, because that one's like really like honey.
No, this was some other concoction. The other mustard was a very coarse stone ground mustard with a lot of the mustard seeds in it, which is okay for like a Bavarian pretzel, but you've ever had some of those German mustards where it's more seed than consistency, like it's
the whole grain Dijon.
Yeah. So those were the only two options at this place. And I go, I'm not going to eat this. Forget it. So I said, I'll just take it home because I'm already annoyed and my palate is shut down and I'm just not going to bother with it. So that's where we're at here. I didn't want the mustard. I'm taking the burger
I'm staring
home.
at Eric, and Eric's not saying a word. I said, yeah, can you bring my friend here your other kind of mustard? Because whatever mustard you brought him, he doesn't like. You have mustard that comes with the pretzels, and you have mustard that comes on something else. Can you just bring the mustard? He goes, yeah, sure. And he goes, no.
Hold on. Pause it for a second.
I don't want the mustard.
Yes.
So he asked her to do this, but in a way that still makes it seem like you're bitching about your food.
Correct.
Like, hey, can you get my friend here the mustard? Instead of ending it there, it's like, because whatever was brought is something he doesn't like. He had to add that little extra bit to make it sound like you're just whining about something.
Correct.
And he's trying to help. Oh my God. That's funny.
This would not have been an issue had he just went, all right, Eric's being a mental case. And I just sat there. We continued our lunch. We had a great time. We were talking about things and it was fine. Other than that, I just pushed the plate off to the side. And I was like, I'm going to bring it home. I'm not going to bother with this there. it's not like I want to take it back and I don't want to pay for it. I'll pay for it. I'm taking it home. I'm just not eating it here because it doesn't have the things that I want. And there's already been enough of a nuisance in my head that I'm not going to continue with this. Had he not said anything, this all would have been avoided. Had Woody gone straight to the police, this never would have happened.
I'm good. Can I just get a box of my cheeseburger? So I said, what are you doing? I'm trying to help you. He says, I don't want your help. He says, that's how you eat. That's how you restaurant. Because if I don't get what I want right away, easy peasy, I'm just done. I'm like, you just give up. He throws his hands up.
Yeah. This guy.
He wants it all easy. And I'm like, sometimes you got to fight for the food.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
That's how you get spit in your food.
And normally, look, with a lot of Brody's psychosis, I agree with a bunch of his views on things and the way he handles things. I'm with you. The food thing is, you're not fighting on the food. It's a losing battle. Even if you get what you want, you've lost because they did something in the back.
See, I think that's your psychosis. I think that you think that asking a basic question means that they are going to, like, how dare he ask that question in this restaurant? It's quick, men, start hocking up loogies. We got to spit on this guy's burger. And they're like, arr, yes,
armpit
Captain.
farting my steak.
Right.
Yeah, I just think that that's a little extreme also, because you can't ask questions. Dude, people ask me the craziest fucking
I've
questions.
asked questions too, and it's like, can I make a substitution, or can I change this, or instead of the fries, can I get a side salad with that thing there? Yeah, we can do that. I have no problem with that. It's when he goes, no, you can't. It's on the menu. Okay, then I don't want it. I'm going to get the other thing. I've already turned off of that because of that guy's attitude. He lost the sale on that item. I just went for a cheeseburger because it was simple. How are you going to fuck that up? How did I know they would? But how do you fuck up a cheeseburger?
So if he would have come with, like, you asked that question, he goes, unfortunately, no, we can't do that. I apologize.
Right.
Would that have made it better for you to make that substitution with something else and not feel that vitriol toward this server, or were you just so dead set on the club sandwich that nothing else was going to be good?
I wasn't.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Eric loves a club sandwich.
It's
probably one of Eric's favorite sandwiches. I can think of a handful of times where Eric didn't get the club sandwich when I was out with him. Eric loves the club sandwich.
Yeah, you go to a diner, I get the triple club, the turkey triple club.
Comes with the big toothpick through it. Got that dry ass turkey, some overcooked bacon, some mayonnaise, so that you can like swallow it like a raccoon dipping your meat in waters because you don't produce saliva. Yeah, I know, they're great.
Open face club sandwich.
Exactly. Wait, do I have that drop? Because if I do, we are playing that. I
don't think you do.
No, but it's probably on my list.
Ketchup.
Yeah. Had the guy not given me that very stoic answer, I would have been like, do you think maybe you could check and see? But when he goes, no, like very matter-of-factly, end of sentence, I just went, all right, I'm done. I don't want the thing anymore. Now it's out of spite. Now I'm just going to get a cheeseburger because you can't fuck that up. And
false.
Here we are now. So it wasn't me going crazy in that sense of, if I don't get what I want immediately and then it's not easy, I don't want it. I am thinking I am being difficult. I don't want that translating back to the, going back to the kitchen and they're going to fuck with my food. So I'm very paranoid with that. And I just go, nope, it's fine. It's there. I don't want to cause a problem.
It's like
a restaurant is probably the only place I won't cause a ruckus. I'll do it in other places, but at a restaurant when the food's not going to be right, or if this is going to be too complicated, I don't want to deal with it.
But Eric doesn't want to cause waves anywhere he goes. Like, I mean, remember we've told the story a million times about going to see Knives Out and how Eric missed it at the movies. Like, right. Eric threw his snacks out because he didn't want to ask like 6 people to get up so that he can get to his seat. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that's a level of insanity that I've never seen before. Like that's crazy.
I left you at the
You left me at the theater
and I went home.
You were right there. I could see you. You were 10 feet away.
There were no other seats. I had to go down to the only available seat, and it was a seat meant for somebody to sit next to somebody in a wheelchair.
I know.
And I'm looking straight up and I go, I can't sit here and watch the movie like this. I got up. I hucked everything into the trash receptacle rather loudly, by the way.
I know, everyone heard it.
And I walked out.
That's what I'm saying. There's always an issue. You know what I need to do? I need to, when I eventually bring back Feast, have you and Brody on, and we'll solve this. Because you could watch me cook. You could watch me spit in your food right away. Like, you don't have to worry about it. Like, every time you make a complaint, you know?
Second mustard, a problem. He's like, Matt, now you know me, Scary. I am the problem.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You're the problem. It's you. I'm the problem.
That's right.
It's me.
That's right. If there's something wrong or different or extra, or I'll ask for it. What's the big deal? They don't mind if you're polite about it.
Right.
So he didn't want to ask it. So he took the burger home. He took the cheeseburger home. He didn't eat it.
A very peculiar fellow. I don't know. Why was he acting this way?
I appreciate Scary being nice because he wanted to say something worse, but he's like, he's very peculiar.
That guy's an asshole.
Let me ask you a question. Based on how I've described my role in this, is that podcast worthy for him on the It's Eric Nagel podcast?
Yes.
No, I think his listeners are going to look at him like he's crazy.
No, they know.
I don't know.
I was going to say, not really.
Now,
I feel like I need to have been there for this situation.
You think so?
I feel like the guy said no that was halfway between the way like Brody heard it and halfway between the way you heard it, and it was probably not
The guy
that
had
bad.
no personality. He just
Well, yeah, he's
when
a
I asked him,
waiter.
he just goes,
No.
no.
Like, what do you want?
Yeah,
jazz hands.
Hey,
Can I get the right? No.
we're ready for anything.
because he thought I'm like insane.
Well, there's
Then I
three
said, "Oh,
sides
can you
to
bring my
every
friend here
story.
today?"
There's your side, his side, and then there's the truth somewhere in the middle, right?
No, there's three sides. My side that's truthful, my side that's funny and entertaining, and his side which is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Well, I just want to get into this guy's mind. Like, what's the neurosis of why he doesn't? If he can't,
I don't want my food messed with. I have a history on this show, which look, Tom was helping me go through archives, our pal Tom from Alberta. Go through archives. He made a list for me. I'm going to go back and pull the classics. Gittles, you've been here since day one. Restaurant stories,
before that.
movie theater stories.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the two big ones where there's always been issues.
We need travel, too.
So I'm going to put together all of, travel stories. I can do that too.
Travel stories.
But I'll put the other ones together. I don't.
Didn't we have the problem in Miami? Didn't like your room have like broken AC at the first hotel we stayed at or something like that? And my room was like really good. There's something happened at one of the Miamis when we were down there. But I also remember we went to a Cuban restaurant and for some reason you didn't eat the food and took it home with you.
No, that was
because of the mustard.
No, the two Cuban places I remember us going is that one restaurant that looked like we walked into Havana.
Yeah.
Which was fantastic. All open air, sitting right on the corner kind of stuff. That food was amazing. They kept bringing out beans and rice and plantains. Like, it was fantastic. The other was that little hole in the wall outdoor sandwich place that Lisa brought us to.
Oh, yeah.
Where there's no inside. The inside is for the restaurant. You sit on these stools on the outside of the restaurant, and they brought the food to you. And the sandwiches were amazing.
Oh, that place was. I want Cuban food now.
Yeah. It was nonstop little gherkin pickles that they were giving you. Oh, it was beautiful.
I've actually been nonstop like thinking about Cuban food since we almost got Cuban food in San Diego before we went to the taco place. Because that was one of the two choices. Let's go get Mexican food or get Cuban. And we were standing in front of the Cuban place next to the other Mexican food place. And then we ended up finding the taco place, which was fantastic. But ever since then, I'm sitting there going, I really want a good Cuban sandwich. Yeah. And I am in an area where it's just nowhere to be found. I got to go.
To be fair, yes. But I'm in an area where you're getting a lot of culture food. So if I want to find a good Cuban place, Dominican place, Italian, German, Polish, I can find those things there. I can't find authentic Mexican, and I can't find the Chinese food that they have on the West Coast, which is Cantonese style food. That's not the American fast food Chinese food that they serve on the East Coast.
Gittles has free range Haitian going on behind him.
He does.
Where?
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, George.
All right, continue.
He is a meal.
On the spot, a solution to what or an answer. Why does he just like fold? He's like, I'm all right. That's it. I give up. Like, he surrenders too quickly. Like, he hasn't. Nobody's gone in the back and checked. This takes about 30 seconds to go out and check. Like, what's there's something else at play here that Maybe
I
you're
don't know.
not sharing with me. I don't know.
I know. Well, here's another thing. I saved him a lot of money. I'll tell you why. You can't. You know
Okay, this I take full responsibility for. This was something dumb on my part because I wasn't paying attention.
on the bottom of the check, sometimes it says it does the math for you.
Yes.
It tells you what 15, 18, 20%, 25% is. It does
Yes.
the math. Well, both of our bills were $41. And I'm looking at his
Jesus
bill,
Christ, how good was this
and
hamburger?
he puts down, I said, how
It was okay, but everything's expensive.
$41?
Everything's
Dang.
expensive.
much of a tip did you give? Now, $41, 20% is $8.20, right?
Yes.
So maybe you give $8.50, you give $9, whatever. I see he's giving a $17 tip. I said, dude, what are you, $17 tip? He
On
goes, yeah.
41?
Yeah, he goes, it's 20% roughly,
Oh,
or
God.
18%. I go, no, it's not. He goes, look at the bottom.
That's
of the
almost 50.
yeah.
Jesus.
Eric, they split our checks. That's the percentage on the total check. He was giving 18% or 20% on our total check.
Like he was
after
paying.
tax.
Almost like he was paying your tip.
Right. I go, dude, if you want to tip him for me, that's great. But I said, how can you not do the math? 10% of 41 is $4.10. It couldn't be easier.
Okay, here's
My
why.
favorite part is that like you're so scared of this server, and you still tipped him pretty well.
Right.
Well, that gets sorted out because as he's explaining, I almost tipped the wrong amount. Here's what normally happens when I go out to eat or something. I throw the card down and I'll pay for everybody's food. And then I'll hand the bill off and go, what's a good tip? And then somebody else writes it in for me and I just sign the thing. And that's it. I don't pay attention to it. I should know it. I don't. Math is not a strong suit of mine. So, percentages and moving the decimal point. I've heard several different ways of how to figure out the tip. No, it's like, I'll pay for it. You figure it out and I'll just sign the receipt. So when I'm left to my own device to do this, these things happen. Okay. Again,
You need to eat in more
I'm not
often.
saying it's right. I'm not saying it's appropriate. I'm saying it was completely my fault because I don't usually handle that stuff. So,
And then you double it, $8.20. How do you not notice it's $17? He goes, I wasn't paying attention. I go, well, you're very welcome.
He got screwed.
I just said, no. So then, you know what he did? He then took the customer copy and then fixed it and handed in the customer copy and looked up the one he
All
fucked
right,
up.
so at least he knew.
I stopped him. I just texted him and said, come on, let's explain why he didn't want to change the bread if the guy has to ask.
Yeah. So what do we got? Is your boy? Has he feel like he had a good afternoon with you? Was he made?
No, we had a great time. We sat there for like 4 hours. We had a great time. No, we always have a good lunch. Sometimes we sit there for 5-6 hours talking.
Oh, good.
No, we had a great time.
You just shoot the shit with your boy.
Yeah.
All right.
yeah. So it's fine. And it's not like during the whole time I'm still ordering drinks or maybe I'll just order another appetizer. If it's 2 hours in, I'm like, I'll get mozzarella sticks or I'll get something just so that the guy's not losing a station.
Yeah.
For all that stuff. So I'll keep doing things. That's also a great title, Gittles. I saw what you wrote there.
Yep. I see it
Gittles is
too.
in the chat there. All right, that might be the show title.
That should be it.
I'm writing that down. Sorry, radio people. This makes no sense. But anyway, so we made sure we took care of the guy. Everything was fine, what have you. I took the food home. I didn't want to deal with it. The guy was just he wasn't abrasive. He shut me down from the beginning. He shut me down. He's just like, no, it's on the specialty menu. Okay, I don't want it then. Like, didn't even say, can I go and check? I've reiterated this a million times. So they tell this story. Then they start taking calls. Okay.
That's never good.
Want to hear from some of their callers about
Love
this?
to.
Okay, here we go.
Guys, it's Des. I'm calling about Brody's lunch debacle from last
By the way,
episode.
this is Des from Connecticut is her name.
Okay.
Guys, it's Des. I'm calling about Brody's lunch debacle from last episode. I 100% agree, Brody. I would have done that as well. I always speak up for other people who are either too afraid to speak up for themselves or you feel like, hey, they're your friend. You want them to enjoy their meal while you're with them, right?
Eric.
But I'm not going to lie, your friend to me, a little extra, okay?
No, a lot extra.
At least you admit it.
I don't hide it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Eric doesn't hide it.
I've never backpedaled from things that I know that I do, or things that I believe in, or things that it needs to be such. You know, I'll tell you flat out that I am not going to do this.
Eric has no guilty pleasures. He just has pleasures.
Yeah.
He just loves it.
Oh, we're all going to go to this. Yeah, I'm not. I'm going to go home. I'm sorry. You guys have a good time. I'm not going to rain on your parade, but I am not going to that concert. I am not going to this thing here. I will see you another time. That's it. I bow out. I don't cause any problems. There's been times where if I felt that maybe something I wanted to do or not to do was going to be a bit of a hindrance or an inconvenience on people, I paid for things without them knowing. They found out later. Why did you pay for that? Because I felt like I was going to ruin your good time or whatever. So that was the least I could do, is just let me pick up the bill and you guys enjoy your night and do whatever you want to do. I have no problem with that.
Do you think maybe you're too hyper focused on that to where you're not actually having, like, that's not really happening around you, that you are perceiving that incidents to be like,
I try
I'm
to
causing an
be
issue?
very mindful and very aware of my surroundings and me in that situation. I don't want to cause problems. I don't want to, with the kid at a restaurant, we've all seen it for decades. Some people let their kids throw a temper tantrum while at the restaurant. And they're like, "Oh no, nobody else is bothered by it." No, the kid's screaming and throwing
Everyone
stuff.
hates
and
your
whatever.
child.
Yes,
turn down your tablet.
I will not do that.
Stop
Now,
screaming.
I will brag. I have been very fortunate. I have never, once, and it was very minor, did I ever have to pick the kid up and walk out and say, "We're not doing this."
That's because she takes after you. She doesn't want to make any waves.
I actually got into a fight with, I think, Jordan, you remember this. I had a fight with a family member over this because they tried to stop me.
Yep.
I'm like, no, it's fine. Nobody else cares. I go, no, everyone's going to have a problem with this. We're leaving. So I picked up the kid, walked out. Kid calmed down. I don't baby the kid. We had a conversation, very direct. The kid calmed down, realized everything. You ready to go back in? Yes. Okay, great. Brought the kid back in. Some restaurants, it doesn't even matter if it's a low-level restaurant or a high upscale restaurant. If you have a kid with you, they have like crayons and placemats and stuff for them. They brought out a placemat, some crayons. Here you go. Kid was fine the rest of the time. No problems. But had I not addressed that, it would have been an issue. I've seen other people where you like, get your fucking kid and you out of here. And
that's me at the shop every day. Anytime someone brings a child, I'm like, please get the fuck out of my store right now.
Right. So I like to, I want to cut things off before it happens. I can see where this could lead to. I'm going to destroy that timeline right now. I'm going to prune it. And it's like, this will not happen. It's done.
I just like every time Eric goes to a diner, it's like Final Destination for him. Like he's just like picturing like all this stuff happening in the back. It's just not happening.
Remember that one steakhouse I went to in Manhattan, and they had already ordered because it was tunnel traffic. There was nothing I could do. I couldn't get into Manhattan.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was like an anniversary or a birthday, and you got there, and they ordered you like the seafood.
I don't eat seafood. They didn't even ask because I called ahead and said, "Hey, look, we just got through the tunnel. We're going to be there probably in about 10 more minutes. Just letting you know. Okay, we're upstairs. We've already sat and that's fine. Do you want anything? Yeah, just we gave them like drink orders and said just have there. We'll be up there in a minute. They ordered everything, and I'm like, I don't want any of this stuff. So that was another problem. I pushed myself away from the table and I sat there. I was not going to ruin everybody's good time. Now I'm aware that me having that energy that I'm putting out there, that I'm being quiet and not paying attention, is disturbing everyone else now. But the other option is me yelling and complaining and causing a problem, which I'm not going to do. So then you can now feel uncomfortable because you put me in this position. I didn't put me in this position. You guys did. So this is your comeuppance, if you will, for having to deal with this now because you just decided to make a decision.
Everyone's laughing, being jovial. You're sitting here.
Tom from Alberta. I pulled that one too. Eric versus family. Okay. So anyway, let's get back to Dez here, right?
Thinking that he's going to now bag his stuff to go while you're with them, right?
Eric.
But I'm not going to lie, your friend to me is a little extra, okay? Little extra by thinking that he's going to now bag his stuff to go because he's upset about, asking for a condiment. Does he have a fucking podcast? I'm about to go over that podcast.
Hey, by the way, Des, Eric does have a podcast. It's called It's Erik Nagel Podcast. N-A-G-E-L.
It's on iHeart. Yeah.
So feel free. At some point, I think he's going to talk about it on his podcast. So let him have it.
Is he going to find? Oh,
Hi, Des. Welcome.
He said
Bring it on, Des.
Which I think this week.
Oh, perfect.
There we go. Hi, Des. If you catch, she's not here in the live room, but I'm sure she'll see it at some point. Thank you for your call, Des, and your concern. You're not wrong. I am a bit extra, but hopefully the previous portions of this segment here that you've heard explains where I'm coming from and why I'm acting that way. If not, none on me. This is
I feel like this is what Eric needs to say to the waiter anytime he has to ask a question, right? You know, it's just like
I should walk in with one of those cards identifying me in the situation and hand it to them before this whole thing goes down.
Like, or just seeing eye dog, wrong card.
You need a heads up of where you're going to be and do your research. So like you're going to be the call ahead guy and be like, hey, look, if I get this particular menu item, can I make substitutions? And once you get that confirmation, then you order it. So there's no interaction when you're there physically. Like I've had people like study a menu to see like, oh, we're getting a group together. Let's see what I'm going to get, or, if you're going to Cheesecake Factory, you literally have to study.
And that's really bad too. Cause if you do that and then you get there and they're like, we're all out. You're like,
I did that
for a week.
I did that with Salt and Straw when they first opened up here in Arizona back in July. And I was so hopped up on just wanting this one particular thing, which I got to try out in San Diego with Eric, but I was so dead set on it. And when I got in there and they didn't have it, I was like Eric. I was just ready to stand in the corner and be upset.
When you're looking forward to something and it's like, you have it set on and then they don't have it. And you're like, what? How?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I felt bad for Jordan. I saw him getting dejected. And I go, it sucks, but there's so many other weird flavors that they were having. Let's just try all the weird stuff. And
we did.
Yeah.
It was good.
I wasn't looking forward to this sandwich going into the thing. I saw it on the menu. Yours was for days. We were talking about it. So you had a bit of more of a build up and devastated situation here than what mine actually was. This is another one of their callers. This one is, Vinny from Brooklyn.
Oh,
not many Vinnies in Brooklyn. I think he spells it with an IE.
Vinny from Brooklyn here, guys. Brody, I gotta say, your buddy over there, Eric, sounds like a nice guy, but sounds really strange. I wouldn't be able to put up with
right on both points.
Thank you.
Does this guy have a sandwich shop where he sells gabagoo?
I was gonna say it's gabagoo.
Did you see our video with that guy?
No, I've not. No.
Oh my God! That was just sight unseen. You brought that guy up because we did a whole thing about that particular. guy.
I hate all those those instances.
That was the whole point of the video. It was the over exaggerated accent.
I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Hey, we're Italian, dude. I fucking get it. I'm handicapped too. Like,
if you want to look that up, that is what is the name
2 weeks
of that
ago?
Video? Hold on.
Yeah, the guy was like, "We're gonna put the zhoosh on it." Hey,
and he kept saying "sandwich."
Sandwich. I know the guy you're talking about. I hate that guy.
Forget about it. It's like, all right, dude, we get it. You watch The Sopranos. Just fucking make my sandwich. It looks great.
Yeah, and then he goes home and he's like, honey, it was just another horrible day at the delicatessen. I had to speak in this horrid Italian accent.
He keeps putting
I had to unfurl so many colloquialisms.
Yeah.
It's called
I was the mirror.
The video is called, it's available on our YouTube channel. It's called Italian Sandwich Guy and the Over Exaggerated Accents.
The sandwiches.
Yeah, look at this prosciutto.
Prosciutto. Put some mozzarella.
The mozzarella.
Ugh.
Fuck off.
Gabagool.
Your food, look, we gave him the benefit of the doubt. The food
is probably
amazing.
Delicious. Right. I just don't need to deal with all the other shit.
Stop performing. Just give me my sandwich.
To Vinny.
More sandwich, no
Sounds like a
stick.
nice guy, but sounds really strange. I wouldn't be able to put up with that.
Thank you. Thank you.
What issues were there? You're asking for what you want. You're going, you're paying for something, you're buying it.
Right.
I agree with you 100%, bro.
Thank you.
You're usually
by the way,
problem, but not this time.
Thank you, Vinny. I am usually the problem.
All right. I'm glad that has been clarified. That Brody usually is the problem. Because now we went through my thing, we explained it, and this was from Brody's point of view, and we made our comments and our clarifications. I am now going to turn the spotlight on my pal David Brody.
Oh shit!
And show you a clip of him at a restaurant having an issue.
Damn plot twist.
Wow, Eric, so here's the thing. I love how like Brody tells the story, and he's just like, "Yeah, this is what happened." Like, we don't really have proof. Eric's just like, "Here is documentation of everything Brody has done.
Here's the meeting minutes, and I've got video proof."
Yeah, I also have the transcript because I upgraded on the subscription.
I will go down swinging.
Thanks, Streamyard.
Yeah. All right. So this is a story of Brody in a restaurant having an issue with what he ordered.
I ordered this dish. It was chicken breasts in a Cajun sauce with corn, mashed potatoes, all the things I eat. And then I see in the picture on the menu, there's green flakes of something all over the corn. So I say to the waitress, I have a question. The green flakes on top of the corn, is that parsley? Is that diced up something in the corn, or is it thrown on top for garnish? She says, oh, no, that's just garnish for the color. I said, well, I know the plate is brown and beige and white and yellow, and it needs color. I understand for presentation. But I would really like to, if you could hold the parsley. I don't like green food. If you could hold the parsley, that'd be great. No, absolutely. She says, yeah, we won't put the parsley on. Not a problem. So the food comes. My dish arrived with no parsley on top.
Great.
Except cilantro. Somebody thought, well, it still needs color. So they threw green fucking scallions all over my plate.
That's funny.
Okay. This still
so
goes
they
on.
thought let's take the one thing off. It's not the color bothering him. It was this particular thing, but we still got to zhuzh it up a little bit.
Yes. As he proclaimed, he does not eat green food. So they took the one food off per his request and then added something else back on, which I guess I would be a little annoyed too with that. I would understand that. But how he handles it is a bit different than how I would handle it.
Into the mashed potato, into the corn.
So it's everywhere.
I had to pick green onions out because everybody else wanted to eat, and I don't want to have them remake my food while I waited for my friends to eat. And
then they'll spit in it.
Oh, so you didn't want to cause a problem for everyone else you were dining with. So you just like, you know what? I'll just put up with this. I'll do it here. I don't want to make any changes. I'm not going to send it back. I didn't go and ask. I should have got up and went and said, hey, excuse me, could you remake his plate? He didn't want any kind of green food. I know you thought you were being considerate to, needed some kind of coloring for the plate. No, he's not having it. Does that sound familiar, Brody?
See, the difference is that he is cognizant of the people around him, so he doesn't want to push it further. You, in your situation, you were just mad you got told no. So it wasn't that you were inconveniencing Brody. You just didn't want someone spitting in your food.
I wasn't inconveniencing Brody. Had Brody just left it alone, none of this would have happened.
Well, I agree.
Brody decided to white knight my food service and jumped into this thing here, and that's where it all
that's the thing.
Control.
Brody's the wrong person to be eating lunch with in these situations because he has got a history of constantly trying this stuff. You knew that wasn't going to be let go.
Right.
Like, I will say from a food standpoint kind of view, like it's pretty ballsy to be like, yeah, we'll just throw green onions on there. Like,
yeah, I mean,
we don't know. Like, they could have a food allergy. Let's just throw it on top there without asking. Like, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, to say, can you remove an item? It's not remove and substitute it with whatever you feel like. It's remove the item.
Yeah,
that is kind of ballsy.
So it continues.
Grand Lux Cafe.
Now everything tastes like onions because parsley at least is just color. It doesn't have a taste really.
Right.
Scallions
so
are pretty.
I use my bread, my appetizer plate for mountain scallions.
Can't you put your big boy pants on when you see it arrive and just be like, I'm just going to ignore it. It's not changing the flavor of anything I'm eating right now.
I don't want leaves in my food.
It's not leaves. They're little specks.
No, they're not. No, they were brand. They were like little. They look like little broccoli heads. They weren't like specks of parsley. It was sprigs. I don't want sprigs on my food. I want corn.
You don't have to eat it.
Then how do I get it off my corn, genius? I got to pick it off, right? So rather than pick it off in front of my friends, I was like, can you not throw the parsley on last? They're
David
like,
Brody,
we won't put the parsley on.
If you were blind and you were eating corn,
you know what I would do?
With parsley on it, would you know the difference? It's not even a texture thing. It's not even like
it would be texture. I would notice.
You taste it. Parsley does have a flavor.
Doesn't it taste like minty or something?
It's got like an earthy flavor to it. Like it definitely has flavor. Like, you know.
All right, continuing.
Between an ear of a kernel of corn and a branch, you don't feel the difference in your tongue between corn and I'm eating feathers.
Come on, you're exaggerating.
How do you not?
Is it not like texture, or is it just taste?
It's green food.
Yeah, but again, so the situation is you're blind at this point. Now he's complaining about texture, not color.
It's very.
There's no situation in which he was happy with what's been on the score.
No,
he wasn't winning.
No, he wasn't. You're right. That's exact. He's like, I'll just start throwing everything at the wall and see if something sticks to defend my point.
Come on, you're exaggerating.
How do you not? You can't tell the difference between
corn
and fucking parsley.
I can't know, but corn with parsley on it.
Well, why are you turning this around on me and making me the parsley bandit?
You
and
are
I'm the bad
though,
guy.
but you are because it's
focus on the scallion king in the kitchen.
You are a man child. You're acting like an immature brat of a child.
Good for you.
A tantrum.
I am brat.
Are you having a brat summer?
I'm having a big time brat summer.
Okay, because I'm more of a demure guy. Do you ever zoom out and look at yourself and be like, why am I such a fucking prick? Like, why am I so picky about everything?
At least he's owning up to it, though.
No, he's not.
Well, he said he was a fucking prick.
Well, but he's not owning up to the fact that.
Oh no, he's still gonna get his way.
But you see what I'm talking about? His nonsense, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's going to make sure that it's right and it's correct and everything, and that's fine. I will not do that in a food setting.
See, in this situation, he's already made peace with the fact that as long as it's not green, I don't care. So if someone spits in his food, as long as it's not parsley or onions, he would still eat it.
Apparently,
he's taking that risk.
Right.
Good for him.
But if he hands that back and said, "Look, I said no parsley, and you gave me no parsley, but then you threw green onions all over this thing here," they got to go remake the potatoes or something. Now you're the problem.
It's just the burger boy and the parsley king.
But he does have a point because they just willingly added that to his meal.
That's the problem. That's an issue.
That's definitely an issue.
So I'm with you on that. Had that not been the case, then yes, he's a fucking maniac with all of this.
Now, also though, if it was green onion and it wasn't cooked in the food, it was just on top, you can remove it and not really get a lot of that flavor.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I feel like when it's raw like that, like the
strong.
flavor
It's
is actually stronger. Like it's a little more potent. You know what I mean? Like when it's cooked down, like the flavor kind of dissipates into whatever like you're cooking it with. But like on top like that, it can be pretty strong.
Yeah, like I'm not a big jalapeno fan, but if it's in like it's in salsa, if it's in nachos, if it's in whatever where it's not the chunks, I don't care. It's fine. I'll eat it because it's there. But I'm not if it's garnished on top. I'm not going to do that.
Oh, I'll taste the black olive if it accidentally got on my food. Like someone put a black olive on my pizza while making it and took it off. I'll taste it.
Oh, or if they like
anywhere on my no, pizza. Thank you. Nope. No,
not even
Eric
green olives.
No olives.
I don't
want
all of that.
Fair point.
Scary. There is absolutely some food you won't eat. What is it?
Watermelon. I hate watermelon.
What? Who hates
That's
watermelon?
so random.
It's fruit.
Wow, what a piece of shit.
That's a real thing. It's got
It's watermelon?
Watery.
How do you eat watermelon?
Watery.
I don't like it. I don't like watermelon. I
Who
don't
doesn't
eat
eat watermelon? It melts in your mouth.
You
It's
can't compare
America's fruit.
Right. Okay. Well, you're criticizing me now on that, but I'm
Why can't
talking
you just
about
suck it up and have some watermelon? Why can't you put ketchup on hot dog?
two completely different things. Because
why can't you?
Was he a no ketchup on hot dogs guy?
Scary, yeah.
Ugh, get over it. Put shit on your stuff and make you happy.
No, that's not uncommon in like Chicago.
Right, and those people are stupid. Enjoy shit.
I do the ketchup and mustard. I like them both.
Why not?
I do ketchup, mustard,
Pickle,
and
a little
sauerkraut.
relish. Oh yeah,
is a fruit, and it's a thing. It's actually a real thing with real flavor.
Oh, parsley
isn't.
It's a branch. It's a twig.
Parsley's nothing. I think there's something a little bit more going on here with your psychology, the way you grew up, something happened.
Now
to
you're
you as a-
blaming my parents.
Something happened as
You're
a
blaming
kid.
my parents.
Nope. Something maybe happened to you at school. Something was going on. Why?
My uncle was run over by a scallion truck.
Why did you want to parsley? Green thing.
It's like the scene from Back to the Future.
I was just gonna say it's fucking Back to the Future.
the scallion truck backs into his convertible. He's got it coming out of his
Scallions everywhere.
mouth. It's in his eyes.
It's green. See, you even refer to it as I don't want anything green in my food.
You know what?
That's a color.
I eat snow peas. I eat edamame, and I eat cucumbers. There are a couple of green things I eat. And
See, that's new to me because I didn't know that.
I have someone that I know that is the same way. Won't eat vegetables. Won't touch vegetables.
I don't like edamame at all.
I like edamame.
But like, if you get certain Asian food, they have snow peas in them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I don't mind that. It's like I don't like peas at all. If like on Thanksgiving, if people make like those peas with like the little bell onions in there, or they make like a cheese peas kind of thing. I don't like peas at all. I don't want peas in anything. But in some Asian food, they already have all their vegetables mixed together with the snow peas in there. I'll eat that. I don't like edamame. And I know everyone suddenly does in the last 20 years, loves edamame. Because you go to a place that has edamame, they got to get an edamame. Everybody's fucking popping it into their mouth and then leaving their disgusting pea pods in a bowl in the center of the table, which is gross.
I just toss them on my children.
Yeah, I don't want your fucking spit shells on the table. Like, keep them to yourself.
Yeah.
Peppers are chopped up in my Mexican food small enough. I don't care. I don't like grass in my food. I don't like broccoli. That's a tree.
Ugh.
I don't want that.
What?
Bush.
I
don't
love
want that.
broccoli.
Love broccoli.
Blah.
No. Okay.
Yeah. See, even Scary's like, I've had enough of this. This is well, that was my lunch with Brody. I guess I can use that as a segue into this thing here that soon we will be starting a new podcast.
Lunch with Brody.
And it's
That's
not
what it should
even
be called.
My dinner with Brody. It is.
Tell me more.
No, there is a podcast that's going to be coming soon. We've settled the deal on that. It'll be Brody and myself and another person who we'll name soon. That we're going to be doing a show together. It looks like it's going to start off with once a week and then see how it goes and
Nice.
maybe move it up to 2 times a week. But yeah, so if you think my stuff is unbearable, you're now pairing with me with Brody, where both of our stuff is going to be unbearable.
It's going to be just nothing but neurosis. Just
imagine
fighting each
2
other.
Larry Davids got on the same podcast. That's what we're doing. So hope you
That
enjoy
is pretty
that.
cool.
We've gone long. We don't really have time for segment 2.
I was gonna say I'm gonna
Start it down.
I've been up since 5:30 this morning.
I'll give you some quick highlights of what's coming out this weekend in theaters. Speak No Evil, The Killer's Game, and Kevin Smith's The 4:30 movie is going to be available. I don't know if Kevin's is nationwide or if it's still limited theaters.
I think it's limited. I tried looking for any showings around me and nothing would show up. Like, I think it is very, very, very limited right now.
Available on demand. What is Dee Dee?
It's like a coming of age movie about an Asian kid growing up with, like, you know, trying to figure out, you know, do I do the parents thing and then go a certain way, or I'm like trying to make it looks like it's like early 90s, you know, kind of setting. It looks good. It's like one of those A24 type of movies. So it went to the theater for like a week and then
All right, you
disappeared
saved it
because no one
there.
cares.
So I was going to say, why are we talking? Like, that doesn't seem like a movie anybody would care about.
I liked the trailer when I saw it, so I kind of want to see it. So I'm going to check it out eventually.
And then see what else. HBO Max has Civil War. That's available now.
Mm-hmm.
Netflix has Discovery of Witches, Rebel Ridge, and Kevin Can F Himself. Wasn't Kevin Can F Himself? Wasn't that a ABC show or something?
It's like I don't know if it went to ABC, but it was like a sitcom where like she's it's the sister from Schitt's Creek. What's her face? I can't remember her name off the top of my head. So it's the sister.
Shit face.
That's right. You did it. That's why it's called Schitt's Creek. But she's kind of like in this really shitty like sitcom style life with this guy Kevin, and like it's filmed a certain way, very sitcom-y, one camera, all this stuff happens.
It already sounds terrible.
Well, then like she figures out that that's not how her life should be, and it's filmed completely different, like a Breaking Bad, like real dramatic looking camera work. So it looks interesting. I've been wanting to watch it, so I'm going to check it out. So
I will recommend this again because both Jordan and I endorse this. Gittles, if you haven't, you should watch Chaos on Netflix.
Never heard of it.
It's about if the Greek gods were here in modern day, and Jeff Goldblum plays Zeus.
It's really good.
It's really good.
Okay.
So
yeah,
go
watch
check
it, and then we'll
out.
do a show about it, and then they'll cancel it.
Yes. When we talked about this show a couple weeks ago, you were saying I was just afraid to get invested, and then we had to bring up 1899 again and how Gittles lost all faith in streaming services because he's like, why bother to watch anything if they're going to cancel it after the first season?
Yep. Right. But I'm hoping they'll get a second season. No word on it yet. I did see Beetlejuice this past
I was going
weekend.
to say, let's wrap it up with things that we actually saw. You saw Beetlejuice. Was it good?
I really liked it. It was it's weird because I liked it. The things that I don't like about it is that it feels like it had 4 different plot lines going at the same time, and none of them were coherent and cohesive. So like I feel like you could have cut
Cohesive in Cambria.
Yeah, cohesive in Cambria, and you could cut like complete sections out, and it wouldn't make a difference to the plot. It was a good call. It had a lot of good callbacks to the original. It had good fan service, but it also had a good story. I enjoyed it. They pushed it a little further. They had their F-bomb moment and stuff like that. Keaton did great. I think everybody did great. I don't understand why we care about Jenna Ortega anymore. Like I'm kind of tired of seeing her everywhere.
They're forcing her on us. Like that
she
fucking
was
guy
fine.
from the Twister movie.
He's fine.
He looks like a toe. I don't know. It's weird.
But I really did enjoy it. I definitely suggest seeing Beetlejuice. A lot of it's making a lot of money. So I mean, hopefully they'll do a third and name it Beetlejuice. So I watched Field of Dreams.
Isn't there the new season of Wednesday coming soon?
Probably not till next year.
Next year? Okay.
Yeah.
I heard you, Gittles.
Like they probably just barely finished filming it.
Anything else that you've watched, or is that it?
Field of Dreams, because James Earl Jones passed away, kind of made me sad. I've watched Star Wars 1,000 times, so I figured I wanted to try to dip into something else that he's been in. And I revisited Field of Dreams, and I just, it's a good baseball movie. I like it.
Very nice.
So,
Gittles, have you been watching anything?
Nope.
Not different than when you were here regularly on the show.
Nope. I don't have time to watch.
You just plug and play, man.
Every once in a while, I go out I'll use my movie pass. I'll go to the movies, but other than that, like I really don't see too much. So.
Yeah, go see Alien Romulus.
Yeah, I think you'll like it. I'm off tomorrow, so I might go do it.
Yeah, go check it out. Let me know.
I haven't really been watching anything as far as movies and TV go. There's 2 things I've watched. One was a YouTube video, and it's just a massive compilation of ship collisions and boating disasters.
I mean, can't go wrong with that.
I mean, Eric loves cruise ships.
So I was watching all those things, with tankers flipping over and, of course, the clips of the North Sea where ships are going down and shooting straight up with the ocean and what have you. So I've been watching those videos, and then I started watching this a couple weeks ago. I forgot how I found. I think it was a pre-roll on a YouTube video, and I go, "What the hell is this?" And I went and sought it out. So you know how they do these reality shows, these dating reality shows, what have you. This one is called Dating Naked. And I'm thinking, remember, this is like, like Naked and Afraid,
right? Yeah.
Where they drop them off on an island and they're naked and they have to survive for the whole time, but everything's blurred out and you don't really get to see the goods or the bads. This is not that. It is each person gets dropped off at a boat, and it's like a giant resort that they have access to, and it's just them. They get off the boat and they start walking up this fancy wooden dock and staircase to go up to the resort. And as it's talking, it's all in slow motion, and they're slowly taking off their clothes. And I'm like, all right, yeah, this is what they're doing. It's titillizing, but then they don't show it. Oh my God, there's his dick. So you saw everything. As the whole show's progressed, they show everything except any kind of sex stuff. They show a guy with an erection. They say a guy that he's laying in a hammock and it's going through one of the holes in the hammock. They're laying out on one of those big round circular cushion things where the guys and the girls are hanging out. They're in the pool. They're doing like dating challenges, and they're all arguing with each other.
Doing ring toss on the erections.
And they have a tribal ceremony at the end where they vote somebody up. But here's the thing. I don't know how this show ends. Because every time they vote somebody off, they bring 2 more people on.
So that's how you do. You tell 2 listeners.
Yeah, tell 2 listeners to get naked, so that other 2 more listeners get naked, etc. But no, like the first episode, they didn't get rid of anybody. The second episode, and it's still going. It's a weekly release. It's not like they put the whole season out at once.
Sounds like those guys are having releases every episode.
I was gonna say. That's how you get kicked off.
First episode, nobody gets kicked off. Second episode, they kick a woman off. No, a woman kicks a guy off, and then this lady comes in, and now she's the new hotness that everybody's fawning over because she's tan, Australian, and blonde, and she's almost perfect. So all the other women are insecure. All the other guys are like, we're going to see how do we get to that. And then as the episodes go on, like, all right, so a guy got kicked off that night. So a woman gets kicked off that night. And then another guy, then in the middle of the night, somebody gets off a boat and shows up on the island. Now you got another naked person walking in. Hey, guys, what's up? And it's like, the whole point of this was to eliminate all these people, to whittle it down to a winner, I guess. That was always the formula.
Are you sure? Did they explain that as the formula? Or are you assuming that it's the formula based off the premise?
That's the formula. And it's just not a nonstop revolving door of naked people who just get voted off an island.
Yeah, it's the carousel of dicks.
They vote.
Yeah, they're like, you got a weird dick.
Time. Now is the best time. Yes. So the people get knocked off, but then one comes on, and then the next day another one gets off. Now 2 come on. It's like, I don't know what the end game is other than they're trying to see, can people date and find real love while they're all naked? So you're seeing everything, right? This is the graphic there. MTV produces it.
Oh my God.
Damn.
Now, is this something that's like done overseas, and that's why you're getting away with some of the
I thought so. It looks
nudity?
like it's a German production, right? So I'm figured, this is airing over in Germany. They're all speaking English. It's all English speaking. I guess it airs over there, but for here in the United States, it's on Paramount Plus. You go and you watch it there. So one thing, MTV's producing this thing, and I go, well, good on MTV, because no one gives a shit about anything else that they're doing. It's always that one guy, Rob, whatever, with the sneakers. I forgot his name. That does his version of Jackass. Yeah, that shows a million times a day. Eventually, they wheel out the Jersey Shore people, sending them on another vacation of nonsense. Or they had the VMAs this week, which I don't think anybody really watched, because at least the last 2 years, Viacom has flushed programming on all their channels except CBS, the network channel. All their basic cable channels get blown out to show the VMAs. So any channel they own has the MTV VMAs going. So they're hoping that at some place in time you're going to watch it. That's how bad it's gotten for television. They're like, let's blow out all our channels to put this one special on there, hoping that we'll get an audience, a collective audience, finding this thing and watching it. That's just sad. That's where TV is right now. So you see the dating naked, it's MTV, what have you. The show takes a little bit to start because they got to put all these disclaimers at the beginning of the show. Look at this one here. This program contains full frontal nudity, offensive language, sexual references, and scenes of sexual activity. Okay, we've seen that before, rated TVM, or whatever. This one is new. Contributors have been provided with psychological support and welfare guidance throughout the production of this show and have access to continuing support. Strict hygiene and dignity protocols were in place during the filming. So, yeah, no surprise. You're going to get people coming in there completely naked for money, whatever fame they think that they're going to get out of this thing here. And what? They're going to have mental breakdowns? Yeah.
Probably.
Why aren't you filming that? Stop with the mental health shit. It's not like this was just how they grew up and they were born. They're willingly signing and being accommodated to put in a position like this. Stop babying them.
See, you made it sound like this was like super graphic. Like they're blurring things out.
No, they're not.
Oh, well, then you got a different feed because I'm looking at it right now and all I'm seeing is ass.
Dude. Wait, really?
Yeah, everything I'm seeing is blurred.
Eric found a special feed.
Eric's got the special feed. Oh, this is degenerate Paramount Plus.
How is that possible? How are you seeing it blurred, but I'm seeing it uncensored?
Nope, everything's blurred.
Do you have parental settings or something on?
Hold on.
I mean, that wouldn't. Well, I don't know. Yeah, this guy looks like a doofus. He's meeting some chick, and yeah, everything's blurred except their asses. Like, you can show ass crack, you can't show dick, can't show anything else.
Dude, mine's not. Hold on.
I'm glad this guy's wearing Converse, though. I'm glad his foot problems are a thing. Yeah,
Okay,
completely nude.
I can't show this.
Yeah, you can't show it on here, but
I will show you this. I'll put it in our Discord. So
I swear to God, you put a big giant wang in the Discord, I'm quitting.
All right.
No, you know what? Keep it in there because Rob's not watching. He doesn't know what's going on. He's going to show up and it's going to be just wang everywhere.
All right, check in our feed that we're all in together. Gittles, you can look too. You can see it.
Yeah, Gittles, look at the wang. Oh God, you did put wang in there.
Where is this in the private?
Yeah, that's full. Yeah, no, apparently I have a different feed. Everything that I'm seeing is completely.
Mine is not censored at all.
Why? I love how you got the screen grab where they're saying yeehaw, yeehaw,
and they're all waving their hands and doing like
doing the helicopter.
All right, let me see if I can find something real quick. The radio audience is loving this. But
No.
I'm hating this.
Riveting.
And you're there. Let me see if I can find something.
Again, I love that Rob's going to open up that chat and not know what the hell is going on.
Right. It's
just yeehaw dicks everywhere.
See, that could have been an episode title too. If Apple would have let us, it's like episode just 487. Yeehaw dicks everywhere. All right, I'll find other screenshots. We don't need to keep wasting time.
Yeah, don't do that.
But all right, so
crazy.
If you have, it's a crapshoot, I guess. If depending on your version of Paramount Plus, it's either censored or uncensored that you get to watch this dating naked show. It's terrible. And remember, there are counselors standing by for people that are having the mental trauma and issues from it. Of course they are. You're not going to get famous from these shows anymore. You're not going to make any money from these shows.
No one knows who you are. No one cares.
Nobody knows. Nobody cares. And you just willingly put yourself out there to live forever being completely naked for a whole season of a television show.
Eric doesn't even want them to get different mustard for him. This is not a thing he would be into.
Not at all. All right. We need to get out of here. Let's do the plugs. The music's hit. And as always, Jordan, our nation's eyes turn to you.
Hey, come check me out on Instagram. Jinx Ronan. Gittles, what do you got?
Wait, you don't have nothing else?
Nope, that's it.
We're not going to explain why?
We can save the long explanation if we want to, but the short version is one of the co-hosts does not want to do it anymore and decided to nuke everything.
That sounds mentally sound.
We got to nuke something.
That is true.
Thankfully, I was able to salvage a few things, but yeah. So come hang out on Instagram. I am in the process of possibly doing some more things. Outside of it's Eric Nagel, so we'll see. I got some plans.
How dare you? You're fired. Gittles, tagging you back in. Go to Gittles. There we go.
Hey, look at that. Gittle base on.
Wait, why is the Twitch? Stop promoting his Twitch. He's not doing it.
I'm working on it, Eric. I'm working on it. Once we hire more people.
Yeah, don't you know he bought cameras a year ago? He's ready to go.
I'm ready. I built my new computer. I got the cameras. I just don't have time.
Turn them on in the shop.
I can't.
You can't?
No, dude. Like I work in a business. Like
yeah. You got the other guy screaming sandwich and throwing balsamic vinaigrette all haphazardly. You could go in there and play with pigs' heads.
Yeah,
I would love to, Eric. Believe me, but it's never gonna happen.
Do you want to plug your business then?
Yeah, if you want. Yeah, if you're in Brooklyn, you come out to Prospect Butcher Co. Come get a sandwich. Come see some sliced meats. I'll pull out an animal head from the freezer and show you.
Do you guys have any merch?
I have like this hat.
There you go.
You go to our website, I think you could buy some merch. I'm not 100% sure. But if not, if you just send me a DM, I'll buy it and send it to you.
stop by Gittles' place and get yourself a fine sandwich, as they say. For me in the show, it's Erik Nagel across the board on all the social medias. Do us a kindness, go over to, if you're listening to us on Apple, Spotify, those kind of places, go leave us a positive review. It does help out the program. If you're listening on the iHeartRadio app, that is the main place to do it, but we're available everywhere. So choose what you want to do. If you want to join us live each and every week as we do the program, our live rooms are Twitch and YouTube, all under It's Erik Nagel. And if you just want to see the produced videos after the fact, if you missed the live stream, you can go over to the YouTube channel and find all of that stuff there. I think that's it, right? We got everything? So. Okay. Gittles, do you remember your part?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Let's try it.
So until the next time, everybody,
be excellent to each other
and have a wonderful time.
Wow, it's been a while, and we'll be seeing you.
It's Erik Nagel.
Last time, I almost killed everybody.
And what did you learn from that?
Lessons, I guess.
Alas, we're out of time.
Follow It's Erik Nagel on social media platforms. For ways to watch and listen to the show, or join us for the live shows, head over to itseriknagel.com. Yo, and remember to tell 2 friends so they can tell 2 friends, and they can tell 2 friends, they can tell 2 friends, they can tell 2 friends. You get the idea.
Keep it real, homies.